You were too early on that one. As I begin recording. Last session was jam-packed with a number of events. We started off with Liska checking up on Edrith during her exotic animal show, showing off a number of creatures, a winter wolf, a fire drake, a griffin and hippogriff pair, and finally a massive dire bear which Liska wrestled with. Eventually, you all made your way into the city's centre to both watch and partake in the ceremonial tug of irons. Arngrim decided he'd, quote, help out his home team by giving King Badram Hearthhide, King of Mountainholm, a prayer of enhanceability, to which Zerth responded during the game, which with some inspiration thrown Liska's way and some cutting words thrown to the king, which evened things out a bit. Eventually, through difficulty, Liska won in a very narrow victory, just over the king, and much to Arngrim's chagrin. With that, Liska won her adamantine trophy, 9,000 gold, and until next year, the Ironbreaker belt and the title of Ironbreaker. You all returned to the Golden Lodge to drink, eat, and celebrate. Arngrim baked up a storm for the tavern, and you all eventually returned to the palace to sleep. The next few months...
The baking was only slightly salty with his tears.
Oh, yes.
Just at least was only tears.
Yeah. The next few months after was a time to relax for all of you. Sayun reworked her toolkit in keeping with the transfer over to the official artificer. Vellum learned how to make and work with dune steel, adamantine, and erudite for a very secret project of his. And Liska also managed to win a secondary trunk of rare adamantine from an elite auction with the help of Zerth. Webby, Gronka's animal companion, managed to grow to size small and now rides upon Gronka's back like a backpack. Gronka taught Webby a number of other tricks, and as everyone's downtime came to a close, you all received an invitation to a military parade where Arngrim showed off what he had been working on for these few busy months in conjunction with the Crown and a small legion of Dwarven engineers and labourers. In Fort Hammerhurst, his creation was revealed, the first of its kind, the Silver Hearth Steam Hammer, a steam tank, a masterwork of Dwarven engineering, decades in the making, and only now was it able to be made. You took the steam hammer out into the military parade to celebrate both it and the new safeguarding initiative by the Silver Kingdom in response to numerous threats faced and vanquished since the start of the year. With much praise from the crowd and some cosplayers in the crowd, and a speech from Arngrim, you were all left near the front gates where the steam hammer has been securely stored away, awaiting your use. So, as the celebrations of the Fire Festival, of which the parade was on, comes to an end, what would you all like to do?
Well, I can try not being muted for a start, that's something.
That might help.
So, just the day after it, did you say?
This would be the day after, yeah.
Vellum would like to go have a chat with Sao.
Right then.
So, what would Sao be doing at this point, Ducko? Thinking morning.
Should just be checking up on her own gear and stuff.
Well, there would be a knock at her door. Knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
Okay,
Vellum
so
will enter.
Vellum, I imagine Sayun's in her workshop doing this right now, checking up on her gear.
Oh yeah, and this is the first time I think I've probably been in here, so
Yeah,
I'm suspecting there's a mess.
It is an absolute mess. You can see a number of like chalk scribblings of mathematics and all sorts of research just scrawled on the walls where there's been no such chalkboard for her to use.
No better than to interrupt you when you're busy like this. He's sort of like, as he's moving into the room proper, he's looking around, like being careful not to knock anything over or step on anything. But I was needing a couple things from you to wrap up this project of mine. You got a sec?
Well, do tell. As Sao sort of turns around, holding what looks more or less like a mechanical contraption, though you might think it's like a cannon, although the barrel is like just arm's length at most.
It's like a bigger version of her gun in the mind of a simple boy like Vellum. Fucking hell, you're upgrading.
This? Just tinkering a bit with a rework of a small invention I picked up, one of the Dorgan flare gun.
Which is the small turret kind of skitters up her arm, almost like an eagle. She sort of holds it there.
Right, well, seems to be coming along nice. I was needing some measurements from. Want to make sure this thing's going to fit right before I make the final modifications. And wanted to pick your brain a bit about anything I might have missed.
Sao raises a slight brow. What have you been working on?
Well, something that'll be open. Figure your armor was due for an upgrade, so I've been making you some. Just
No.
don't go reading into it too much. Just yeah. You've been walking around in leathers for fuck knows how long, so figure at least I can do is
cloth
get
and
some.
leather, yes.
But you'll like it, hopefully. Promise. But yeah, just need to make sure everything fits right, so I'll need measurements off of you.
Lella,
If you don't mind, yeah.
you're nervous. Pull yourself together.
I've been busting my ass for weeks on this. I'm understandable to be a bit nervous. Right, he's gonna get out like a tape measure. Measurements. You can probably keep working while I get some of them, but I'm gonna need like most of them.
Let's just get this done with. Because I can read it on your face. You're sweating bullets.
Right, well, stand up and I'll get to work. And then he's gonna get started with measurements. It is a process, so as he's going, he is going to be making a decision. Obviously his stuff's just covering the major areas. Sort of glancing over it. I assume the coat is hung up somewhere, like on the back of the chair, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you want me to be modifying that a little bit? It's a bit worn by now with everything we've been through.
Sao gives a look to the coat, and then slowly shakes her head. No. I'll maintain it as it needs to be. You can leave that be as is.
Okay, so whatever I do on into sort of like a more of a mumble to himself to respond to her, but then he snaps back to focus his attention. So, mind if I ask why? If I'm making things in future, I probably want to be knowing about your preferences.
The coat was a gift from my brothers. I've never been that keen on, to call it.
It's sort of like there's a slight pause before he continues doing measurements, likely around the arm at this point.
I've never been keen on actual, combat wear, big armor.
Yeah, I figured.
The code was my. It's been always been one of my sort of safe spaces.
Well,
And
don't
my
worry, I won't
brothers
go.
pitched in with, well, that.
Well, I won't go fucking with it or making anything that'll risk damage to it. I'm surprised I didn't know about that by now.
Mm, never really came up.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Though, come to think of it, we don't really talk much as we used to, as a group, I guess, but it's been a lot of bouncing around lately.
It has been.
So, how many brothers did you have again?
I have my twin.
He's the one who made you that leaf, right?
Yeah. Scrawny fucking kid, but a good one. Then we have my twin is Tao. Then we have Lao, next youngest of the bunch. Then we have Wang, middle boy. And there's Lin, Jin, and that is all of them.
That's a big family.
Yes, I'm well aware, and being the only girl of the bunch, well, competitive as we are,
Makes sense why you're rough around the edges. And he's gonna give her a bit of a smile, a sort of nudge, as he's met.
I'm a little more than a little rough, but I get your point.
Well, at least the names are simple.
Eh. Mother was practical in sense, and father was, say, disinterested, but
Didn't have time for fancy stuff.
mostly.
So it's not an orcish thing. I mean, I don't know much about heritage. What's gone on?
My family is not exactly what you would call typical.
Hmm.
But father would. He likes tradition. Tries his best to keep us traditional. If he is a bit ham-fisted about it.
Well, some people find tradition pretty damn important.
Aye. But I don't know much about mother.
Don't know much about it, but how do you mean?
She died.
Shit, so I'm sorry.
Nothing much to do there really. She passed before I could get to know her, so the most I have of her are just old journals and notes.
On the subject of mothers, his sort of presence, for lack of a better term, is a little less energetic. It's a rough time, family.
One could
Got
say
somebody
that.
there at least.
Wondering how they do actually.
Say again, Duck. You kind of garbled out.
I wonder how they do. It's been going on and on.
Well, if your brothers are anything like you, I'm sure they're doing fine.
Possibly.
Right, armor. Obviously I'm guessing you want to be as low-key as possible. Nothing
Preferably.
flashy, nothing too... Valve.
No. I'm not that exaggerated with my taste.
Glad for it. Honestly, working on that shield was the hardest thing to look at. But it came out good. And I think I got a good feeling about this particular piece. So, like, getting the measurements around the legs now, making sure that certain places are going to be able to support whatever he's planning. You can tell there's like a mental, not arithmetic, but like there's thoughts in his head as he's talking. His entire focus is not fully on the conversation. Let's see, old. So, this is gonna be a bit heavier than you're used to. Are you gonna be alright with that?
Well, I'm used to looking around a rather hefty amount in my backpack. I think a few more pounds of protection is going to be just fine.
Yeah, just, I guess I want to make this as best as I can.
The worst, I'll tell you.
Well, it's armor, so hopefully we'll find out the problems before it ends up being a problem.
Hopefully.
While I've got you here, there's something I've been meaning to ask. We've had a chance to breathe and all that business, and I know you've probably been thinking about a different decision, but what do you want to do in the near future? I really asked properly, just, big long-term plans don't really hold a candle to the short-term problems.
I wanna go back home and clear my name.
He's actually going to sort of, like, not perk up, but definitely snap to more attention at that notion. Oh, finally done running, eh?
Not so much done running, more so realizing that despite everything, I have the skills to prove I'm innocent.
I definitely believe that, so. It's sort of like, at this point, he's like measuring shoulders, and he's going to give a pat to one of them. And when you show up there, you're going to be geared up to the tits. So much so that no horse sword is going to get in your back, and no beams are going to get through your armor.
I'm gonna say it right now, you're probably wrong, but thanks for the good comment.
Trust me. When I do something right, it sticks. And I'm just gonna get better. I can gear you up as much as possible, and we'll have Angra around hopefully to help with the that.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Well, I know one thing. I'm gonna sort of put the tape away having finished his measurements. When you do end up there, if you'll have me, I'll be there right next to you.
Thank you. Perhaps could learn a thing or two about, the homeland. And she said the last part in a clearly sort of teasing, joking manner.
Yeah, well, that sounds nice. Sometimes I'm wondering if it's everything I imagine it to be. All I have are stories, after all. We'll see. We'll have to see. Right, I'll let you get back to work. Don't push yourself now. I know how caught up you get in your works.
Oh no, I'm almost done actually.
Good. Get some fucking sleep when you're done. He's gonna give
Says
it.
you.
Well, take it easy, sir. I'll see you later tomorrow when With that, he's gonna have.
All right.
Eh.
So you head off to finish the work on the project you've been doing all these months. What would everyone else like to do?
Cricket noises.
Like
Lis-
Avon's eating, so he's
I was
indisposed.
muted until I was eating.
Okay.
I think Liska's probably going to be. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say sleeping off her hangover because she rolled high on that con save, but
Yeah.
Just kind of sleeping in. She doesn't have much to do. She's probably gonna be slightly sore because she just carried a huge fucking boulder some certain amount of distance.
Well, this is all taking place at the end of the downtime. This is months later.
Oh, at the very, very end of the downtime? Oh.
Yeah. This is you guys have just had the parade.
Right, gotcha. Then I think...
Remember?
No, I'm sleeping off my hangover too.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Who says
Oh,
this
me
kid
too.
didn't drink again?
I don't know. I feel like would have a bit more discipline than that. But I would say that she's probably. If this is morning, right?
This is the morning after the parade. Yes.
Okay.
When all the celebrations of the Fire Festival have come to an end. This is currently in early summer right now.
Okay. And I think Liska is going to be kind of training. I think she's going to be kind of in the training area of like the workout training sand pit, whatever the fuck you want to call it, in the Hunter's Keep.
Yeah.
And basically doing some training. If there's any newbies, she's gonna be
Yeah.
like giving them pointers and stuff like that.
You do have access to those new Fandangle golems with your new title. That you can
True.
That you can possibly. You are given a bit of a primer by Sahir. Basically, the way these golems function is that there are varieties of these golems. Small, mostly medium golems, a couple of large golems, and one huge size golem. And they can be programmed to have any sort of different, I suppose, meta mechanics wise. You can program to have different resistances, different stats to sort of reflect different animals in the world. It's limited in what it can do. You can't replicate dragons, so to speak. but you can replicate the functional abilities of things like yetis or gnolls or various common beasts in the world.
Okay.
More common, beasts of hunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess in that case, I mean, Liska is gonna do some training just regardless because you gotta the thing about training is that you got to keep doing it, otherwise your skills get dull.
Oh yeah.
So she's going to be doing that. I would say probably that she's going to. Can she take the golems out of the common area, or like sorry? Can she take the golems into the common area?
She could. Yes.
Okay.
Probably
So-
not the probably not the large or huge one.
Okay.
Mostly
Um,
the medium ones that can actually fit through the fucking doorways.
I mean, Liska's large. She fits through the doorways.
True. So you could take two.
Got a duck.
You could take the two
so
large
yeah, so-
golems out.
So what I think Liska's going to be doing is she's going to be training with the golems, and if they're, again, as I said, if there's any newbies,
Mhm.
like any people who just recently joined the Hunters Guild or kind of low-level hunters,
Yeah.
you got to get a. I imagine being what she is, she kind of has an eye for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
She's going to basically run drills. Just be like,
Alright.
she's gonna be like, okay, this one is going to be a Yeti. Watch out for the breath. Try not to get caught in it if you can. If you do, help your allies get out of it. Go. And she's gonna basically just be sitting on the sidelines
Mhm.
screaming at people.
Drill
she
Sergeant
did back when
Liska.
she was in Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's basically what she's doing.
So with that, you do see a couple of newer hunters for the keep, who were they were previously Iron Guard, but seeing the presence of Liska, the rumors of her great deeds done throughout the Silver Kingdom in Mayland, they've also been inspired to join the Hunters Keep. With that. Some of them do seem to struggle. Yeah, they're used to keeping civil order throughout the kingdoms. Much, not combating against monsters. However, over this day, you do manage to weed out one that seems to have some promise to him. He's a younger lad, probably equivalent of early 30s or so, in his prime. He's very much ready and raring to go, and he seems quite able at dealing with yetis, gnolls, so sort of more Arctic beasts. The further you train with him.
Nice. Yeah, let's go. Like, she was an instructor in Ragnarok. So she's going to, of course, kind of put into that, see him, be like, okay, this guy has promise. Cool. I'll push him a little bit harder. But then she's also, because I imagine since they're all were Iron Guard, that they all know each other.
Yeah.
They understand, like, battle tactics. So she's going to basically try to adjust their civil tactics to monster hunting tactics.
Yeah.
So basically be like, hey, you're not going to be forming a giant barricade with your shield isn't going to be as good in this instance because you don't have walls, like city walls on either side when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Like, you need to learn how to spread out, adapt, overcome,
Yeah.
Bear Grylls style.
There you go.
So yeah, so that's what she's doing. She's taking, in these last few months, she has been doing what she can as a Grand Huntress to pretty much strengthen what the bonds and capabilities of the Hunters Keep, at least her local one in Dune Hollow.
Okay. All right. So that's what Liska's doing. Let's see. Arngrim, Grunker, what are you two doing? This on this day after.
Honestly, not much. I think Goku is a bit like
I don't know. It's a bit too many people. A bit too many, like,
Too many
Oh.
surface people.
yeah. We're just gonna take it easy.
Okay.
Probably, like, play a bit around with Webby. Maybe try and make, like... Actually, probably just gonna try and make, like, a bit of, like, a, harness, maybe? Something that, like,
Harness.
Webby can sit up, can, like, sit in more comfortably. Instead of
Alright.
just clinging onto Grunka.
Let's see. So trying to make just a relatively simple harness, yeah.
Yeah, just like a couple of straps, just something so that Webby doesn't have to like constantly hold on to.
Okay, so that's not too difficult to do. You take a couple of let's see. I mean, what do you have in your inventory to make it with? Like just you could probably just use rope from
Yeah.
your from what type of kit do you have? Explorer's pack. Yeah, you can probably take a couple extra rope from your explorer's pack.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so you take the rope from the explorer's pack, kind of slice off a couple of links, kind of tie it together, and you have made like a rudimentary leash for Webby.
Yeah,
Isn't Webby like the size of Gronka by now?
not quite.
I mean, you're both size small.
Yeah,
By a
it's
mechanical size category, yes.
Yes.
Yes, but yeah, but I imagine like kind of like, you know, a spider looks. It's like he is as big a Grunka if you count the legs,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like him body wise is like smaller than Grunka's torso.
yeah. Mechanically the same size. Aesthetically, yeah, Webby's smaller.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. And Webby, being size small now, being a bit larger than he once was, Webby's a bit more keen to do some of his own exploration. However, thankfully, because of your leash, you're able to follow him around. You
Oh, well,
you don't lose him.
Oh no, I meant like, no, I didn't mean like a leash, like a harness for him to wear. I meant like something that Grunka would put on, like a backpack.
Oh, right, I get you.
That then Webby would like sit in, kind of like
Oh.
a baby carrier.
Right, I get you now. I get you. So yeah, that's still relatively easy to do.
Yeah.
And Webby now has something to hold on while on your back.
Yes.
And quite easily cover him. Just so as not to freak out the general populace.
Yeah, exactly. And make it look more like a backpack.
Yeah. Okay then. What's Arngrim doing?
Jock fucking shite! No. Let's see. This is the day after the big festival.
Yes.
So he's and it's where is this? Or Findus? I don't know other
Fenrir.
Then this dick.
Fenrir. Okay. He's gonna go talk to some dwarves.
All right.
Sure.
He's gonna head his happy ass probably to go find a fucking military representative. Somebody a little bit, higher up to sort of go after, check up on the parade. Be like, what do you think of that?
Oh, right, okay. So, typically the sort of military, it's in... Let me check the map of Dune Hollow.
Because am I still like sleeping in the palace? Is that something we're still allowed to do?
For now, yes.
All right. So I guess I'm currently there.
Yeah. You do. There are, lots of royal guards around the palace. They're not necessarily directly connected to the military. The military quarter is the Iron Quarter here, and Fort Hammerhurst is the general sort of home fortification of the Iron Guard.
Okay. So that's where I would go to speak to like an official, right?
Yes, it's Captain Thurdrin Brasheim is the current captain of the Iron Guard here in Dune Hollow.
I remember him from the siege.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna. And that's also where I have my thing stored, isn't it?
Your steam hammer is generally kind of stored around this area, just ready and waiting for your to be let out at your request.
Where is it at? I didn't see it being
Here.
There it is. Okay, cool. So not far off. Awesome. Then I'm gonna make my happy ass down over there and go check in with some officials.
All right. Going over to Fort Hammerhurst, or the place where your steam hammer is located.
Fort Hammerhurst.
All right. So you're making way to Fort Hammerhurst. The immense fortress spans out before you, and your face is recognisable. That they let you in through the main front gates.
There's only one man who wears a bald chin.
Okay, there was an ambient image around here somewhere. But I can't find it. So fuck it.
It's not a problem.
Yeah. So making your way over there. The massive courtyard opens up before you. You are directed towards the captain's office. Making your way through the halls, you actually come through into the main office of Thurdrin Brasheim, who's currently overlooking. The office itself overlooks the fortress courtyard, where a number of Iron Guard are doing their drills, doing their training. More newly trained Iron Guard are here now. It seems there's definitely been an increase in sort of military presence throughout the city.
Radical.
Oh,
so there's
Angrim.
a lot more guards out and about.
Sorry?
I was just there's a lot more guards out and about.
Generally, yes.
Nice. Sorry, go ahead.
Angrim, what can I do for you?
Oh, hello there. I'm swinging by. Wanted to get some thoughts on yesterday's little parade.
Well, I think it's a new dawn for dwarves, new dawn for Mealand. It's I know, between you and me, it kind of brings a tear to my eye.
Hey, things will be changing. They always are, even if we don't want them to. Trying to steer it in the good direction. That's why I built that thing with the wheel. As he just kind of lets out a laugh that's short and fucking rude. But business, official business. I wanted to talk about the hammer a wee bit, and production, more units down the line. It is a endeavor that will take some time.
It will, but we do have plans for a new line of defensive steam tanks throughout that'll guard the main holds around Mayland. Start the Dwarven holds. That way we can guarantee the security of our territories, then we can spread them out throughout Mayland. It'll take some time, perhaps 5 years to get a full unit of these things out and about.
I was thinking around there. I have done a little bit of persuading to get to the budget, on that I would train folks for it. I will do that on my part. I'll try and get a hold of some of me kin, see who in the clan would be willing to learn my ways, and from there, you know, potentially expand. I was looking at setting up a church proper sometime. Have a sort of a temple of reverence, and see from there if I can't blend a little mixture of culture and ancestor worship alongside innovation. You know, a little bit of the past, a little bit of the future.
Well, that is part of what Dune teaches us. I'm sure if you speak to those in the Doonheart district, they'd be more than happy to aid you in that aspect.
I was actually a wee bit curious. I know it's a bit far from the domain of that realm, but still falls underneath the general purview of all the king's lands. I was wanting to set up my little temple close to, you know, Mountain Home, since it's the place I was born, closer to the clan. And I was thinking maybe we might be able to look at the spot, see where's a good tactical place to set something down. A good place for a steady church that's more of a fortress, you know?
So some sort of mixture of a fortress and a monastery, a fortress monastery, if you will.
Aye. Well, if I'm going to be, what's the word, producing weapons of war, and something in secret, it's good to be a little bit protected, you know? Make sure no one gets a hold of something they shouldn't. And
Aye.
also, you know, when is it not nice to have a sturdy mountain fortress?
That I agree with. If we're going to be producing these steam tanks, they're going to be a vital aspect of our military. Placing them in a defendable position is going to be ideal.
I know that Mountain Home's a little bit of a curve and a twist away off the beaten road to head towards the capital. If you're not going there for a specific reason, it's easy to pass over. But it was a fairly tactical place in terms of just the rage and its strength. I was thinking it has its benefits. So I was hoping I might be able to rely a wee bit on your paperwork. You know, go through some of the loops and processes to figure out what I need to do to actually secure some land proper underneath my name, my clan's name for this.
Well, Mountain Home is under the purview of the Silver Kingdom. With your connections with the king, and me, if I don't mind saying myself, I would be happy to help you set something up.
I'm grateful, and of course I doubt the king will have an issue, and I thought I should at least come to you and talk about this, because it's an important endeavour, and these tanks are something for the future. But I I do want to work with me kin and me clan as a whole. The clan of the Silverhearths and the clan of, well, as he kind of gestures about dwarfs. So I'm hoping things go good, but if you can help me find perhaps just the right side of the mountain, we can talk on that in a little bit. You know, I don't expect an answer right now. Sort of maybe point me in the direction of what I need to do to actually start, I guess, having the rights to start putting stones down on land. I'd appreciate it.
I'll tell the High King of this. It's not my place to determine what pieces of land can be ceded to you. That would be a purview of King Baram Hearthhide. But I tell the High King this. Perhaps he can send a message.
Aye. Well, you are sort of the big beard when it comes to military endeavours, isn't it?
Aye, that I am, but I'm the captain of the Iron Guard here in Doonhall, not that in Mountain Home.
True. But
I do
it
know
might
that.
not be a...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh. No, he was just going to say, it might not be a matter of the authority to give, but more the wisdom to figure out what might be the right spot. That's all I'm looking for. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what really to do to get your own land that isn't a little squared off bit, this by this big, for a bakery. Having to go through things for something that's going to be both a military fortification and a temple. There's a lot of, well, procedure that goes into that, and I really don't know what to do.
Aye, I'll take care of it. I do have those connections with the king. He'll be able to organise all this. I'm just glad you've given me the message. Let's see, fortifiable positions. If you want my opinion, the north-facing side of Mountain Hall could probably serve as a decent place to set up this fortress. There is an old ruined fortress on the northern side of the mountain. Perhaps we could organise some sort of sprucing up. Perhaps we could refortify that position.
Are you saying I get... His little mustache begins to shake side to side as he rumps. I could help fix up an old lost fort.
He gives a
wonderful.
A thoughtful stroke of his beard. With some help of the Mountain King himself, some of his men, perhaps some men from Mountain Home, some masons. We could probably organise a small legion of masons. You think we can do it?
Fantastic. Alright. It may be, in honest to you, a case where I'm going to have to rack up quite a bit of an IOU for this. I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of coin to buy the land right now. But if it's something that I could work off, that little wee bit of an ownership rate, price and all that, training and convincing lads, I'd be more than willing to sign my name somewhere if that's what it takes. But that's a little further down the line. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, I'll have a talk with the High King for now. See what he thinks.
Sure.
Of course, I can't promise anything, but with what you and the rest of your group have done for the city, mainland, Silver Kingdom, I think I'll have a favourable view.
Well, I sort of hope so. If not, I wonder what I have to do to earn it. He kind of smirks at him. Well,
Gives you a smirk as well and gives you kind of stands up from his desk, pat on the shoulder. I'll see it through, lad.
thank you. I appreciate it. He holds her hand out for like a forearm shake.
Just firm forearm shake.
Well, I'm gonna go try and bump into some of my travel mates, see what they want to do. We have to plan a bit of a trek. It seems they've expressed a wee bit of interest going out past the old Iron's Gate.
So that's good luck with that. I'll tell you that's a fail place, that is.
Why do you think I built a tank if I found out I'm going there?
Aye, fair enough. Well,
I hear they have things that can eat a cow whole.
I passed the gates. Big things with razor sharp teeth and myriad scales.
I hate scales.
Likewise.
Well, alright. If that's the case, I am gonna go ahead and settle off. Hopefully we won't be gone for too long, but it is a bit of a travel. Maybe that will be enough time for any of the paperworks to follow suit. I'll write a few letters and I'll start talking to my clan to see who'd be willing to join me on this endeavor, become their own captain for, you know, a proper battalion or unit section for it.
Aye, of course. I wish you well in your travels, Angrim.
Oh, a final thing. I'll be updating me ledger before I step off. So if there aren't any specific grudges that are over in that region, do let me know. I'll do my best to see to it.
I've been working through my own list of grudges myself. Most of them, most of them are about regarding a number of goblin incursions across mainland. Thankfully, the newly recruited Iron God should see to those. But if you come across any green-skinned goblins, any gnolls across mainland as you're travelling, see to it that you wipe them off the face of this map.
You know what? How about you do me a wee favour? I'll do you one back.
Right?
It'll be a crude little hand-drawn map. I don't mind too much. To be honest, I don't know much further than, say, Port Morgney. I haven't really been much over there. But if you can get a little map for me, put a few red X's on wherever you think might be little camps or little forts, I'll drive past them with my tank and I'll throw a few explosions their way and, you know, soften them up a little bit. They won't be too happy about that. And if your boys have to go in and clean anything up, they shouldn't be doing too much work after it. More sweeping up limbs than hacking them.
It gives you a look at the mention of blowing things up with a tank. You just pause for a moment. Hey, that's it. Well, there is one.
Call it a test run.
Way. There is one small group that I do know of. Small knoll encampment off the ways of they're located near a small hamlet some ways across here. What was it? Near the Emerald Crossroads. I can't recall what that small hamlet was. And I think to myself for a moment as I go through my notes.
Is there like a military tactical like planning map anywhere in his little area?
There is. And coincidentally enough, it is a map of Nayland.
Emerald's. Oh, this one there! As he just points to wherever you need to find out later.
Oh, right, yeah, that one near the Emerald Crossroads. It's a small halfling village of Glenshire. There's a small band of gnolls that have been gathering off the eastern side of it. But start to get a bit worrisome in size. You could probably maybe drive your tank through there, set off a few explosions around their den. Some of my boys can
Consider it a formal test.
Aye, formal test.
Fantastic. I'll give some time for me riding mates to get used to the shooting.
Aye.
See how they break in a little tri-barrel.
Aye. If you blow up their den a bit, some of my boys can go in there, clean up.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Right, well, I'll pay you a visit before I finally step off and bid farewell. Just do a little double check on everything, but I'll go ahead and get out of here and get you back to your business. Oh,
Right. Oh,
if there is anything, since I'm a mountain guard of the land now, which is I'm still getting used to. If there is any sort of diplomatic things that need to be done towards, I think, Tektahos, I could fly a banner over the tank, show a little Silver Kingdom pride. You know.
over the borders of Mayland. They border the Morbog, which also borders the Golden Empire itself. So any sort of friendly relations we can build with the Empire of Tektahos would be much appreciated.
Sure.
Like to work only
We
to
have someone amongst us that could talk like a diplomat.
good. See, for it to
Sure.
solidify the relations with the Golden Empire, to stamp out these accursed lands in the Morbog, whatever lies within them. I think that would benefit both
So, like,
regions.
Perhaps when you talk to the king, you could mention that we could take up a little diplomatic mission on the way too. Just get us whatever little banner or clearance we need. Maybe I could find one to borrow to drape over the tank. You know, just 'cause I sure think it would look real good hanging on one of the sides. And from there, well, yeah, just see what I can do service for my kingdom.
I'm sure we can find a suitable banner for your tank. Kind of gives you
Fantastic.
gives you a wink and a nudge.
Opposite wink and nudge back. Great. Alright, well, I'll let you get to your business and I'll get out of here. I just wanted to check up on those things, see if there's any extra work I could do since I'm already heading that way. And, I owe ya.
And the Silver Kingdom owes you, Angrim.
well. Until next time, Brasheim.
Until next time, Black and Black. Just a firm slap on the back.
And off he goes. And he's going to be out on the streets for a little bit doing some shopping and errands or whatever.
Okay.
If anyone wants to bump into him.
Alright. So,
Sorry for taking a while in that little bit, but side quest secured.
yeah, there you go.
Delicious purgy side quest.
Yeah. And diplomatic, Mr. Warrior Poet or whatever the fuck your samurai thing is.
It's basically warrior poet.
Yeah.
Looking good, yeah.
So,
It's like, goddammit.
unless anyone wishes to do anything, we can skip ahead to you all meeting up at some point, wherever you wish.
Yeah, Valen's probably going to be busy the rest of the day, but I imagine we'd all convene for, like, dinner or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know if anyone's got things that would make them not present at that time. Sorry.
Kind of curious to see, people's reaction to the turd itself.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that's a good time to do it, when everyone's gathered up for food.
So, the Golden Lodge seems to be a fairly good place for you all to meet, and merriment, drinks, eating. It's all the good stuff. So as you all, one by one, meet up at the Golden Lodge, you see Sayun's looking a bit different, especially with her new.
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, I know. With her new.
Sorry, I'm excited.
With her new mechanical companion that's kind of sat on her shoulder.
I will say that Velen would be last to show up for, I don't know, dramatic reasons. Hey Duck, you want to just grab your doodad? I'm curious to hear about it.
The turret?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know how to describe it with just, being prompted, like, describe it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I am excited to learn about things people have worked on.
Mechanically, it looks akin to a four-legged spider-like creature. However, the head of it is in the stylish shape of a dragon with gemstones and for eyes, with the mouth partly open with a cannon-like protrusion. The main body itself is... Never actually figured out how to describe the body.
I think I gave you a bit of a preview of the art.
Yeah.
I could take over if you like, if you're struggling.
Go for it, because at this point I'm pulling a blank.
Sure. It almost looks like one of those kind of old, traditional kind of Chinese hand cannons. It's got four legs, almost kind of spider-like and kind of linked with like springs. You see that the head looks like some sort of brass, sort of traditional East Asian dragon, sort of long whiskers that curl back towards the back of the ears, and in the centre of its mouth is the barrel of this massive cannon, or rather, kind of not massive, just sizable hand cannon. You see rustic sort of bolts along its exterior, and it's got a couple of gemstones where its eyes should be. And you can see what looks like protruding from the mouth, where the tongue would be, is some sort of thin, long, metallic, how would you describe it? Gas emitter. So it looks like this thing may also breathe fire. And who? By the way, who else is in the tavern right now?
Guess Grunka is.
Are we going to be showing off Sao's new cannon in a tavern?
I imagine
I
you're.
wasn't
Not
aware
a
of this.
tradition.
I mean, I imagine you're not firing it, so that would be a big no-no.
I would like to point out, I wasn't aware this was, we were meeting up in an open tavern.
I
I mean, let's just say we were going into places where we were staying, like an inn or something.
Yeah.
Open private area.
Yeah, you could say that you're going into sort of off to the side nook in the inn. That's a bit private. A special side room.
The party room at your local Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah.
Reserved for specific birthday party. For those that didn't get the reference. So I guess, is it safe to assume everybody's here? Is there
Sure.
anybody that wouldn't want to be here?
Yeah, I imagine so.
I don't
Otherwise,
think anybody would not want to be here.
yeah. Otherwise, it's going to take ages to sort of round everyone up manually. So I just figured we'd sort of skip ahead.
Okay.
So
Conveniently,
yeah,
we all come back to the Golden Lodge for drinks.
Yeah.
this is the meetup place in the party room.
Catch up time.
Yeah, so I guess Liska's gonna just walk in with. Let's say Liska walks in with Grunka. They met up somewhere and they happen to walk in. Sees the cannon and just. That is interesting. I've never seen a cannon on legs. What is that?
It
This?
smells powder.
This is my own little take on the Golem, if you will. Though this one is a bit better at ranged combat.
Oh, that's always good. I mean, it's good to have more than one range option in your party. So we have you, and we have your cannon.
Yes, my cannon is also adept in case things run into melee. If you like fire, that is. But
Mostly on my enemies, not myself.
There's a slight devious grin on Sao's sort of lips at the mention of fire.
So, what all can it do?
Well, I have 3 different settings on it, though I cannot change between them all willy-nilly. It takes time to set it up.
Okay.
One of them acts as a sort of protector, adding in a dampening field around people I choose. Usually it lessens the impact on incoming attacks, hits, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's good.
Then we have the ballista setting, in which it fires a arcane force projectile. It's quite hard and has a tendency to push people,
Oh, nice.
Oh yes, it can even push you. And there's a sort of eyebrow wiggle.
Oh, sorry, I sneezed. Can you repeat that?
So I just said it can even push her, Liska.
oh, interesting.
Hey,
It would be fun to see it try.
all they really need to do is hit you, but
Mhm.
that is a challenge in and of itself.
Sometimes. I still
Then
get
we
to
have, then we have my favorite mode. You can see Sao sort of rubbing her hands together. The flamethrower.
Okay. Liska's gonna look around, realize, oh, this is a fucking dwarven place. The walls are stone, and then she looks back like, fight it. Let's see.
Sao sort of blinks for a second. Not like blinks for a full second, but like blinks a bit and then looks to Liska like, I may not have made it quite clear, but I'm not firing this in here.
But everything's stone. Why not?
Still a 50-foot cone.
50 or 15?
15.
Okay. I mean, so just aim in a good place.
Sao sort of looks to the rest of the party like, do you really want me to use this in here?
Liska's up for it.
I just point it in a safe direction. It'll be fine.
I mean, if you're worried, you can always just kind of move it a little bit away from the wall and just shoot the wall.
I mean,
Shoot it at the
Don't
fireplace.
burn any. Yeah, there you go. Wait a minute.
It's the perfect place to shoot the flames. Come on.
alright,
was just
I will
anticipating an explosion.
I will preface this and ask Janner,
Mm-hmm.
is there an actual safe place to fire this? Because this will be dealing 3d8 fire damage. And light shit on fire that is, ignitable.
There are a few wooden beams around, sort of,
So aim a little bit down.
yeah. Might be the wisest place to sort of aim it close to the fire, so it's not getting the full cone effect, but would be able to demonstrate its fire throwing capabilities. Because the fireplace is quite large, as dwarven fireplaces typically are, and probably the safest place would be to aim it into the hearth.
Alright. Sao sort of slowly nods and then walks over to the fire pit, holding the turret on an arm.
I see you. On the arm. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not putting the shit down.
Yeah.
Just yet. And Sao sort of looks back to the party and then just
Oh,
mildly
Liska would be standing right beside her. Liska's gonna want to see this up close.
Yeah, but Sao is just looking with a mild grin. I always love this part. She points it towards the fireplace, making sure that there's not enough spread, so that anything else will get, torched. And out comes a continuous gout of fire. Just the fun part is the flamethrower mode actually doesn't say that it's just a burst. it's just exhaling fire.
As it douses the already on flaming hearth with even more fire, and it's the fire sort of roils in this sort of this sudden burst of flame, and you all feel the heat from here.
After a few seconds of just continuous fire, Sao turns it off again.
Well done. Nice. Just make sure that it's in that mode a bit more. Just be careful.
Oh,
Be careful where it
I'm
shoots.
well aware that this shit will burn down the forest. The Force Ballista is definitely a better option for outdoor arrangement, but if we're ever deep down in a mine again or someplace else that is rocky enough, this thing will make short work.
Good. That's nice. I look forward to it.
Me too.
Okay, so is everybody here? Let's just gonna look around to see if everybody's there. I'm assuming everybody is, even
No.
if Sam is.
I'm guessing.
Vellum has not arrived yet, and he is about to. I was waiting for Ducky's little spiel to complete. And also, I just crammed a mouthful of food in my mouth and I'm regretting it. Okay, so as if fortuitously, Vellum arrives in the place in a rather hurried pace. It's a lot more bubbly, for lack of a better term, in his sort of body language. Sorry. Was burping. But he puts his bag of holding on the table. Good, you're all there. Good, you're already sitting down. Fantastic. I finished, and it's. I know this is my best. He sort of reaches for the bag and then stops. Like, oh right, close your eyes. It'd be better if you shut your eyes. Yeah. He seems very excited. Is everyone shutting their eyes?
Grunka is
Sure, why not?
Grunka shutting his eyes and holding up two hands covering Webby's eyes.
I'm just picturing Grunka with Webby in backpack mode, just arms coming from behind and covering his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, once everyone's sort of respectfully eye covered, he's gonna, almost like with Mary Poppins, he reaches into the bag and starts pulling out an entire armor stand with armor on it. Placing them down next to
I
him.
would like to point this out because I didn't actually realize this sooner, but a bag of holding has a relatively small opening.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's more length than breadth. So it should be
I
fine.
think it's something we can hand wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, you can sort of like take it out in bits. But for the sake of humor, I just decided Mary Poppins. But yeah, he'll sort of place them next to each other, probably at the bewilderment of whoever else is, dining at this tavern.
It's a small private room that you guys have managed to rent out.
Oh, okay, so it's a private room. But yeah, plonks them next to each other, and then, alright, open. And Jenna, if you would.
All right.
I've been spending the better half 2 months working on this butte. There is quite a lengthy blurb I typed for it, so I won't regale you too much with it. But for all intent and purposes, it's a very modestly low-key sort of set of armor, but within its myriad of decorative pieces is layered multiple plates of peridot, which at some points they sort of purposefully show for sake of aesthetic detailing. Everything seems very purposefully crafted and created to be a very particular style of thing. Since we're going to be on the road and everything's getting more dangerous, I figure since you lot are basically geared up, so gesturing to Arngrim in his resplendent mountain guard armor, and Liska's already geared to the tits, literally and metaphorically. Figure Grunker's way too sturdy to really need it, but figure we're all better off being as well equipped as we can and forward. To that end, so I'm fine giving you a hand if you want to help getting it on, but bam, there you are. He has like the biggest smile on his face, super proud of himself.
Sao is a little awestruck, to say the least. As in, she's looking over what is standing before her, and just... She's not sure what to say, but you can visibly see, you know, in her head, her gears sort of turning and thinking.
Almost like as he's about to burst during that moment of silence, just like, right, you like this. See, I remember what you said about not wanting to mess with your coat. The pauldrons here, and they strap on like this. He's sort of gesturing with the various bits and pieces of it. And they've got like a second coat. It'll basically be one with your coat, but it doesn't mess. And fantastic thing about Erudite. I learned it helps with your magic focus, but it's if you work it the right way, it's opaque. So I got like the headpiece here. It's got little lenses in it, and I worked them down to be perfect. And he's just rambling now.
Well, one note.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the pants?
Well, it's meant to go over clothes. Armor usually does.
I know, but
You would be wearing your pants with it. I didn't expect you to go pantsless. It's not full plate. It still has that level of flexibility. But you see under it sort of moves some of the cloth and leathers at the waist section. And there's just a sort of cascading array of plates. These will cover you from down to here, and the rest will get you covered for the rest of it. And it still lets you move about and be sneaky at whatever you need to do.
alright.
What do you
Lack
think?
of pants sort of threw me off.
Well, it'll look different when it's on, and you will have pants open.
Oh no, I'm aware of that. It's just
I mean,
it
you wear
threw
out
me
of
for
your
a
one.
little loop. Alright. I'm amazed. A little speechless.
Do you like it?
I do. I'll just be real. I wasn't really expecting this, you know.
Hopefully in a good way, because yeah. Sort of like looking at it, I really think this is one of my better pieces.
Yeah.
Should serve you well. This is like the second Sal said I'd like it. He's just like a huge amount of tension just went woof out of him. I need to sit down. Yeah, I'll just sort of scoots the arm stands off to the side a little bit, sits down.
Like I said before, you're nervous, and it shows.
Well, I mean, anticipation. I mean, you can understand wanting to show off something you made. Whether
Yeah.
people are going to take it.
Speaking of that, you missed the show.
Ah, shit. What'd I miss?
I lit the fireplace on more fire.
Lighting
Oops, very nice.
fire on more fire. I would not believe it if it not you.
Well, technically, this thing did, and she sort of taps the turret golem.
Oh, you
So
got it
what
completely.
is my
yeah.
workshop?
All done and sorted and ready to go. That thing's gonna hold up in battle, right? Dinged or anything?
It's more sturdy than I am.
Oh, not anymore. I'm gonna pat the armor.
Actually, I do believe it technically is. This is mainly metal and, you know,
Oh, there's a lot more metal under there, but I get what you mean. It's pure raw sturdiness. Sort of like in a sort of moment, this guy turned to argue. Argrim, I know this ain't your usual typical dwarven style, but what do you think? What do you think? I want your opinion.
It's shite. Oh, I'm just fucking with you. If you want it to be metal, it's shite. But this obviously isn't metal. So
No,
pretty fucking good job.
It's a weird crystal stuff. It's when you melt it down, it gets soft, and then you can shape it into plates. It's weird. It's like it's like a goopy kind of metal, like clay.
Don't
It's like
mind
really
me.
hot
I'm just
clay.
gonna. Are they sure it's gonna? Is he just lightly like shifts the cast iron from his belt and sort of taps against it? Will it hold?
Oh, it'll hold.
It won't
Maybe-
just break like glass.
No, it's a weird crystal, but it's hardy as shit. You can bash it real good, and it'll hold up to stuff.
Liska's gonna come over with a hammer,
I mean, it'd probably hold up.
but she will gonna actually come over and just kind of like give it a look over, and at the, you know, with the open talk about the crystal, she's going to just kind of she's gonna get her hammer, but she's gonna hold it like up towards like just underneath the head, so it's not a metric shit ton of force behind
Not a
it.
full swing,
And she's,
yeah.
she's just gonna like take on it, and then she's just gonna be like, you know, I have heard of certain gems that have a kind of rigidity or strength that rivals metal. It can be very brittle, but it doesn't have, you know, the give that full plate does sometimes if it's hit really hard. But I mean, it can work. I've seen some of Elm's work. I trust
That's
him in
the
this.
beauty about it. It's surprisingly sturdy, but even then, I've built it around some points. So it's like if you impacted it here, and then you sort of like gestures to a particular part of the chest area. With all the padding in there, and I've got some extra give to it in terms of its strapping. It'll absorb the impact, so it won't shatter any sort of. Even if it could shatter it, the force is absorbed into a lot of the other part of it. It's
So
all.
It's anti-boob armor. Gotcha.
Is that in character?
Oh no, that was very much out of character. Yeah, that was very much out of character.
Okay. Believe me, I've been every day I could, every minute I could. I've been figuring this shit out and working with it. And I think I finished it basically a couple of days ago, yesterday. Today. Put it all together and here it is. So should keep our sniper safe.
What's this? It looks very good.
Thank you.
Is this what you've been doing? Spending time and talking with fuck, what's his name? It's not Sparkbeard.
It's fine. I
We
forgot as well.
keep
That's why
we keep forgetting the name. Hang on.
We have so many fucking NPCs in this goddamn city that we
Yeah.
can talk to.
Yeah.
no, I deleted his name because he was attached to the erudite learning part of my notes.
There we go. Bravik Cinderbraid of Hammerhome.
Cinder.
Right.
I knew he was a dwarf, so he had a beard somewhere in his name. A braid.
To be fair, in terms of what Avon also said, we've encountered more NPCs in this game alone than I have in most of my other, D&D games, like named NPCs.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, I was picking up Erudite and helping him work that new metal that he got. I know how to work both of them now, and what better way to put the ones I have a whole lot of excess with to work.
Nice. I guess, would it be... Well, you know what I have planned for with Cinderbraid, yes?
Oh right, yeah, you wanted him to be making you armor.
Yeah.
I'd come out different if I made it, but I'd suggest...
Well, I was going to say... I mean, I don't know how it is with you blacksmiths. You're all very particular in your own way, all very different. But, I mean, if you want to, once we bring the adamantine back for him to work with, if you want to work with him on my armor, I would...
Oh yeah, more experience the better, and it'll help the job go better.
Yeah.
I figure once we get that made, I can probably even get some kind of some extra trait involved with it. Like with Sal's Veneer, I got pad in between the plates so it doesn't make as much noise. And I figure I could put some extra plating on your one eventually. Maybe take a bit less damage or whatever else I can manage to rack up.
I am always happy to not be hurt as much.
Yeah, that's in time though. We got to get enough metal to make it work first.
That's true. I think as of right now, he only has
Pair of gloves, right?
in the helm. Yeah, the helm. I have a very specific motif I am going for with it. The I'm going to fuck you up look.
Always a classic.
Yes. It has worked for me for
Yeah,
quite
but
some
so-
time.
Okay. I mean, I picked up Erudite and Adamantium. I was lucky enough they even let me do Doomsteel.
Dune steel?
Yeah,
Is that what this is made of? And she like taps into her armor.
Doomsteel's a whole different thing. I think it's very specific in how they make it and where they make it. Even I don't think I could make it on the road, obviously, but more skills you pick up, the better.
Well,
Okay.
what was that?
Anything else to add there, or just a snirk?
Anyway, so Liska is with that. Be like, speaking of adamantine, and she's gonna look to the rest of the party. When are we going? I mean, it seems like coincidentally, we've all kind of reached a point where we can move on with certain things. Do we want to talk about going to the Tahosian Dynasty now?
Yeah, I figure that might be a good idea to move in the next couple days, probably. Maybe even tomorrow, depending on how ready we are. But yeah, we could probably be moving out soon unless anyone's got any objections.
I'm fine. I need to actually go kind of see all the different hunters' keeps around the mainland at least. Introduce
That's
myself. What was that?
Said, oh, nice, a road trip then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes. And plus, I'd like to attune to whatever those giant teleport gates, whatever are, to make it so I don't have to keep
Oh yeah,
going
then.
on foot.
Seems like we've got a whole slew of things on our list now. But for once, we can do them somewhere other than here.
Yes. It'd be nice to get on the road. I mean, as fun as hunting and doing all stuff, you know, I think it's time to move on from Dune Hollow. Perhaps just, I don't know, be a bit more, get a bit more practice, experience with,
A breath of fresh air.
no, not necessarily that, but yeah, I've been killing monsters for a while, or a few years at least. Actually, how long has it been? And Liska just takes a second to like count everything. It's like, oh, okay, it's actually been that long. Wow. Yes, I do need to get out and just go. I've been here for over a decade. And I think it's about time that you know, once you've killed enough creatures in an area, nothing's new. And your skills get kind of stagnant. Going underground, stopping a war between dwarven races, and then fighting a giant fucking beholder is new, but not something I
Twice.
necessarily want to. Twice. That's very true. Good call. It's not something I necessarily want to replicate. So, you know, let's go out into the world, find some new things to smash under a hammer.
Yep. See if we can drudge up some more adamantine. I think
So-
we're not in too much of a rush. We can probably do a couple detours on the way, probably.
I'm sure we will probably have to, given the route we have to take. It's. I heard you say it a few times, Arngrim, that it's something about the gate. We're going south through a gate, and that's a bad thing.
Atlas? Atlas?
Oh, I was unmuted?
Yes.
Fantastic. Lovely. Amazing. Good thing I literally just started talking. I'm sorry, I just looked at the group chat.
Poor Prodigy. I'm so sorry.
Poor dude.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Fuck's up.
Did you pin that, Jenner? Oh, okay.
You should have.
I thought you fucking pinned Prodigy's thing. I was like, Jesus.
Can we?
All things that's happened.
Anyway, so past the Iron Gate, there is a bunch of terrible black magic that makes lots of spooky undead and horrifying creatures, and there's the issue of sorry, had to wet my whistle. And there's also the issue of it being a bog. And then there's lizards that are bigger than you that could eat you, so they would just slurp me up in the moment. And it's not a great place. That's why I built my tank. Well, for other reasons too, but I don't want to go there without it, is the point I'm trying to make.
Sarah's sort of halfway onto a drink as she's listening to Arngrim explain that there's lizards bigger than Liska, and then just looks to Liska, looks back to Arngrim. I'm sorry, did you say they're creatures, you know, actual creatures bigger than her?
Aye,
I mean,
with teeth like razor blades.
we did fight a dragon, so.
I know, it's a dragon. It's kind of a, you know, fable, legend. It's meant to be big, but like regular ass creatures.
Just normal creatures. Some loony fucking twits ride them.
I could take them.
Well, now we know where to get you a new mount.
Oh, that's true.
Actually, yes.
Dino Rider Liska. Intriguing. The boss. And more ways than one. I mean, hey, she's confident in herself. It's just like, I can take them. I can fuck them up. Anyway. Okay, so evil, black, dark magic south of the gates. And then giant lizards that can eat you. I mean, it sounds like fun, honestly, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, bold new horizons and all that. As long as we're careful, we'll be all right.
So, how are we going? I assume that we're going to be having your cart, and she points to Vellum. And we're going to try out your tank.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figure with the oomph he's got behind it, it'd probably be pulling mine. And if it gets a bit too rough with the terrain, well, we'll see what we do then.
Well, I mean, I know that at least in Torment, whenever we had to deal with like kind of boggy conditions or something, there's in Torment we have kind of like a little sulfur area. It's not little, it's actually really big, but we have like little sled things that you can put around the wheels, so like the wagon wheels can go through, but if they would like sink into something, that sled part allows it to kind of stay on the surface, so you can just keep going. So I think that might help.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
For a brief moment,
Makes it work.
for a brief moment, Sao's inner gears are sort of thinking over what Liska said. Might be a fun thing to tinker with.
I mean, yeah, and but I have to say, it's not good for rocky terrain. So it's one of those things that you put on when you get to certain areas and you take off when you get out of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess if we're leaving in the next few days, well, I guess we'll just kind of stock up on supplies, make sure everybody has what they need, and then we can head on out.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
I don't think I got really anything else that might need sorting here. I'll double check. The last thing you want to do is leave unfinished business, but yeah.
Ring of freedom of movement? Sorry,
What?
continue. The Jammerjack special? No. Sorry, continue on.
The moment Liska gets her hand on one of those, it's
Oh,
fucking
no.
game over.
Unstoppable.
That would be great.
Unstoppable
Well,
force
I actually
and
have
immovable
something for us
object.
that we could do along the way. I was talking with the captain of the guard here, and well, first off, a little surprise for later, a personal project, but that's not too much to work about. But there is some problems Mayland has just generally been having with goblin caps and with apparently no bosses, things like that. And not the Granka kind, the green kind, the very bitey, raidy, killing murder lot that, well, the world would be better without them. So,
Yeah, you mean goblins?
yes,
Yeah,
Not
I'm
deep dwellers.
Yeah, I'm a deepling.
I don't understand. But okay. So it's alright for me to just say we can kill all the goblins.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we've been tasked or requested to make a slight detour to commit what I might like to call goblin genocide on the fact of them killing a lot of innocent people.
Well, if they're causing trouble, then I suppose it's fair enough, especially given my position. But we've got to make sure they're not deeplings before we go.
They're not deeplings, they are green and working with gnolls.
Alright then.
Oh, you know.
Okay. At the mention of gnolls, everyone just go ahead and make a general nature check for me.
I won't
no,
because
well,
you're
that's-
talking.
I can tell you now that's not going to go well. Alrighty.
Sure.
Oh, my plus 0. I got 12.
I have minus one.
So
I
I got a 1.
got 13. What the fuck? There's something is wrong here. Why did the stupid
I
people
swear to
get the
God,
high
I'm
rolls?
gonna have to make the fucking nature check.
I mean,
I'll say
What's the DC we're trying to aim for?
being native to this region, Arngrim, just go ahead and make a nature check with advantage.
I mean,
Alright,
sometimes
boys.
your
In
party doesn't
before
work.
double that one.
those.
Double that one. You have an aneurysm.
You can also do bliss if you like. Sorry, not bliss. Guidance.
But he.
Yeah, guys.
Okay.
Sure. Whatever. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Don't worry. we got
between
this.
between all of you,
Knowles,
the,
the hills. There's a bunch of goblins up in the Little Rolly Hills.
yeah. Knolls, they're best you can tell, humanoid.
I don't know what a knoll is.
You got a 10. That's just average.
Yeah, it's average knowledge of a knoll. Yeah, tall humanoid hyena folk. They love eating and
knowledge.
they love eating and raiding people. That's the extent of your knowledge.
Okay, so you
Did you
cut
say
out
rape
at a very
or-
important part of that. Did you say eating and raiding or eating and raping?
No,
Yeah, that.
eating and raiding.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
I'm pretty sure it's
'Cause I-
raiding because
'cause I
like
heard
let's
eating
be
and
honest.
raping.
Who wants to eat a meat sandwich?
Yeah.
Who wants to eat a
some reason
fucking meat
raiding is
sandwich
a
that
better
somebody
concept.
just came into?
I mean,
Oh god.
you obviously
Nobody wants to eat a
you
sandwich that
obviously
somebody's
come
nutted
in
it.
afterward.
This is
duh.
this is veer away from me, please.
Let's at
They're
least
evil
try and
creatures,
keep
they
this
obviously have
mature and
nothing
not
to do.
grotesquely adult.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
reminds me of
It's okay.
what is it? It reminds me of
Well, I was going to imply
Reavers
that with the whole
in-
goblins.
yeah. It reminds me of Reavers from Firefly. Kill you, eat you, and rape you, and hopefully in that order. Anyway,
Yes.
so
Sounds
there's.
terrible.
Hey,
Hello?
welcome back.
Okay, good.
But
Anyway, so at the mention of Knowles, Liska's gonna like perk up a bit. It's like, you know, I tell you what. Why don't we? You know, we're leaving in the next couple of days. We can take some time, get some supplies and whatnot. But if you want to, come by the Hunter's Keep. I have something that I think might be good, that might help us out in this future endeavor. And with that, Liska's gonna, break and everyone leave and get the fuck out. No, but yeah, she's gonna say that, and then I imagine there's a little bit more small talk, and then she's gonna leave for the Hunter's Keep.
All right.
alright.
Yeah, so be like, meet at the Hunter's Keep in an hour and a half, something like that. And then when the party does show up, she's gonna have a bunch of the golems set to null
Okay then.
with AI on high.
Hey, so
Alright.
how do you put your new armor on while she gets that sorted?
Alright.
All right.
Yeah, villain
Yeah.
will help.
She's basically going to, like, we don't have to go into combat right now,
Yeah,
but it's obviously, it's like, hey, this is what we're going to be facing.
Mhm.
Question: do the golems take on, like, is there illusion magic to make them look like the creature that they are, or is it just like, this is a golem, pretend it's this?
Yeah, it's more the latter. They're not that advanced. They were made by one of the best golemomancers in the Dominion of Doubt, but she normally keeps the best one for herself.
Gotcha. So yeah, Liska's going to basically just run down, give everyone like a good feel and whatnot about Knowles.
Yeah.
Share the knowledge that she has, because in that hour and a half, she was reading up on Knowles and the Hunters Keep archives and whatnot,
Mhm.
and then
Cheating the
kind of-
exam.
yeah, kind of sharing their tactics, and then being like, hey, this is how they move, this is how they act, and then have the party show off for the newbies and the rest of the Hunters Keep as we fuck the Knowles up.
Yeah. So, with how much skill you lot have gathered throughout throughout your time in Nayland, it's not very difficult to beat them in combat. the golems themselves kind of array themselves in various strategic locations, using cover to their advantage, and gnolls, from what you gather with the combat with the golems pretending to be gnolls, relatively intelligent creatures when it comes to tactics, but not when it comes to say other sort of more mundane things. The only place where they seem to excel is sort of raiding tactics, and you notice that typically when say, when you set a couple of golems to act like civilians, so fleeing the battle, you notice that when some of the gnoll golems attack and quote kill one of these civilians, they gain this a new fervor, a new bloodlust, if you will.
Alright. Cool. Something to note.
And as you're all as you're all combating, you notice this is Sayun's new look.
I look forward to this look
Heck yeah.
Show me.
as soon as I see it.
Hey!
Yeah.
I've got some colouring done, but I need to readjust them a bit.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
This
it's
be
fine.
fucking cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Enjoy your 18 AC.
Yeah, my AC bumped up by like 5.
Yeah. And if you get medium
longer
armor master, you'll have
squishy.
19.
There you go.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Bit of
Jen is taking what I make and making it amazing.
soot around the face as well. Black powder and all that.
As you do.
You should just completely have. I'm sorry. Like, just goggles to where it's like the perfect outline of the
Oh,
goggles.
yeah. Everything is smoke but that one area.
I feel like that'd be covering some of the facial details.
Yeah, but still, it'd be hilarious. That's a nice look. I like, so, one thing that is always amazing, Janner, is the updating of the characters, like new armors and new looks and shit like that.
Mhm.
Always good. Always nice.
Oh yeah.
And I'm digging hair up / short hairs.
I mean, getting hair in your face when you're wielding, a firearm, it's like, that's just asking for it to get burned.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like a Katara look from Avatar.
That's where I took inspiration from.
Hey,
Either way, look at that stylish mofo.
yeah, I like the dragon pauldrons. So I guess the party, Liska's gonna, you're gonna get to see Liska in drill sergeant mode.
As we've seen before when she sort of trialed Bella.
But now it's directed at all of you. And then,
Oh, no.
and then she's going. I guess the party's gonna go get supplies and whatnot, what they can. Question?
Yes.
Since we are actually doing this isn't something you just kind of go over, or this is something you just blow over. How many healing potions does the party have?
Be a question.
On hand, Sao still have 2 basic, along with, I think, as well as I think it's just 2 currently, but she does have 3 of the mystery potions.
Okay.
Oh no.
I've specified healing, but that's good to know in case we need to throw that at a giant creature's mouth.
Yeah, it's got kind of
Grunka has-
probably.
Yeah,
I have no potions.
Grunk has 1 greater healing potion.
Liska is all out for herself.
Hmm.
And I think the group is all out in our potion bag because fuck those beholders. So yeah. Okay, so I guess Liska's going to try to get as much as she can comfortably take from the Hunter's Keep because she doesn't want to just sweep it out. Like,
Yeah.
so like as much she can take without obstructing other people.
Yeah, the Hunter's Keep does carry a small reservoir reserves, small reserve of healing potions. You are able to gather, let's see, 5 potions of healing, 1 potion of greater healing, and let's see, because I've got I'll just keep inventory here. In prep.
I'm adjusting the group of potions.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone's doing it right now.
Have at it.
So 5 normal potions of healing, 1 potion of greater healing.
Okay, cool. It has been saved. There's the group bag, which Vellum holds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So you've updated the group potions, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Group bag of holding and the handout in there.
Okay. So to avoid confusion, I won't note it down on my inventory. It's already in the group one, so that's where it's tracked.
Yeah. What we could potentially do is if we're just using a group bag here, what I could do is just drag Vellum's bag of holding into that group bag of holding folder, just to prevent confusion. Alrighty.
Do you want to give everyone access to it, or just keep it as singular?
I think.
Because that way people can check what's in it. I
Well,
guess.
okay, so the group bag of... Are we talking about putting Vellum's bag of holding in the group bag of holding? Because that's its own thing.
Isn't group bag of holding isn't group bag of holding Vellum's bag of holding? It's the stuff the group stores in.
I mean,
Okay, so I thought you have one for
previous-
your blacksmith stuff, and then the separate one that Siren left.
Yeah, the
Siren
previous
didn't need
actual
that's
group
it.
Siren
bag
took the.
we had
Yeah.
Siren
was,
took the-
heated with Siren.
Yeah, Siren took
Siren
that one.
took the she took it because Balthazar's body was in it.
All right, okay,
Yeah. So Vellum's has been the group bag of holding.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I struggled with space for so much, because it's full of money.
I mean, if you're comfortable with using Vellum's bag of holding as just the general group bag of holding, we can drag that into the folder and just have that be the singular thing that everyone uses.
Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good for everyone to have an idea of what's in the group bag of holding at any given.
Okay.
Do we want to just... I mean, we can also just,
Just
buy
also
another
just
bag of
get another
holding.
one.
You
Could
could.
just copy
That
paste
way
it.
we
you
don't
know,
have to
then
worry about
defeat the purpose.
accidentally rupturing it with too much shit and all of your blacksmithing stuff.
Yeah, you could.
And I need to get my own bag of holding.
Let's go on a bag of holding
Suddenly-
shopping spree.
Suddenly, 90% of Vellum's shit is spread across the astral realm.
Yeah.
Because I know... Does Grunk also have...
Grunk
have a bag of
Who
holding.
has a bag of holding?
Me,
Yeah, I made one.
Okay.
I bought
Yeah, I think we should be the only
mine
nerds
because-
without a bag of holding. God.
So yeah, I guess Liska's and Arngrim are gonna have a walk, a
Mhm.
walkabout, and get themselves some bags of holding.
Yep. So that would be. Let's see. I'll say, considering it's a capital, magic items here are more common than they would be elsewhere. So I will say you can.
Also, to make a point of that, we did have Grunker acquire his by supplying the resource and me with buying it.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, it's an uncommon item, but
You do have the recipe for the bag of holding?
Yeah.
I could actually make one.
I mean, they're worth like uncommon, so the upper range is like 500 gold. If you want to make one, sure. But yeah, it doesn't take you like a fucking quarter of the time.
A quarter of the time and half the price
Nice. So 250 for
because
really
it's
short.
uncommon.
So 250 at like a quarter of the time. Yeah, sure. Why not?
May as well have everyone have one, because then we're just flush with storage space.
Yeah. So if you so choose, Saiyan,
It does require a lay spark, and I only have one left.
Right. Yeah, that is the sticking point, the ingredients. We could use that
we
lay
can
spark
buy
to make
those.
the group bag of holding, and then that's sort of covered in general.
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, there's 3 of us with like bags of holding. If storage becomes a problem, we can just do that.
okay. So
I mean, make one for Arncram. Let's go buyers.
Liska's got bank from the winnings.
So
See how many you can buy, because if we
Those
can
are
get
all-
one for everyone and then a group one, that would make things a lot easier.
Actually, I need to double check something real quick because
Sure.
so while my quarter time crafting and half price crafting thing works for, you know, items in and of itself, about, you know, crafting the necessary runes needed as well.
Need to-
Good thing we
that
know
also-
rune crafting.
Does that
Needs-
also apply to that? Kinda need to know, you know?
Yeah. I will say, given that you were present when learning rune crafting, I will say yes.
One thing to consider, if I could interject on this
Oh,
too.
sure.
If this is what we're using for making all magic items with these rune crafting, and this is how items are made, then inherently her ability would apply to this because this is how you make the items.
Yes, true.
Otherwise, it literally applies to nothing.
I mean, in terms of like dwarven made item or dwarven style made items, I could see it apply because I do know how to do rune crafting now.
Well, no. Rune crafting is how you make all magic items.
True.
there's just a dwarven flair to it.
Yeah, you've got different types of runes. You've got giant runes, you've got dwarven runes, you've even got certain demonic runes. It just depends what flavour of runes you put on it. But rune crafting is that's how you make magic items.
So we have to have that ability applied to rune crafting.
Right.
Otherwise, like, it literally applies to nothing. Because core things just had a base gold cost, and you'd pay part of it, and stuff would happen. But now with actual crafting rules, either that applies to the crafting rules, or that feature is just lost. So,
Because you helped me come up with these rune crafting rules, Atlas. I would like your input on this.
I just want to interject real quick.
Mhm.
I feel like this is something you can do
After the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it after the game. We're holding things up here. Would you like to just purchase the bags of holding?
Let's see how many there are, because they're an uncommon item, but they're still a magic item.
Yeah. Okay. So going to runes and rods. With a Dumadar Spark Beard.
Dig Dumadar.
Dig Dumadar.
Oh, Dumadar. Sorry, continue.
He has gotten an order in for 2 more bags of holding, which for him, being the son of the master engineer. Let's see. How much would that cost each? We'll say 450 gold each. Unless you wish to haggle, then that would be the price.
Liska's not one to haggle.
Fair enough.
Mainly because she doesn't have the charisma for it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 900 gold total for both bags.
All right. Took the
Buying
450 out for Liska. Yep.
The only thing
Now-
Liska haggles for is damage, and it is with her fist.
Yeah.
Like, I am ready to kill you.
Yes.
Gonna look at the bag. Ooh. I haven't gotten paid at all, correct?
Pet.
I have
Paid
not.
for-
I haven't earned. Yeah, paid for what? I haven't earned any money. I've got the gold that I had before. I cannot afford that.
Seeing
Weren't that to
Arngrim-
pay for, the fighting thing?
What fighting thing?
I don't think Arngrim was part of the Trial of Steel, no.
No. The one we signed up for as a group.
Let's see.
You didn't get paid for. We haven't done anything yet.
No, I mean like the compensation pay for,
Retainer fee, was it? Or something
Yeah.
like that? The thing you haggled for?
What
Oh, did we
retainer
get?
fee?
Did we get?
Oh,
the-
no.
that-
My
Yet?
Or was that not paid out yet?
No,
they
that
haven't
wasn't paid out yet.
Alright.
I haggled for it.
It was in the contract, but hasn't concluded yet.
Okay, so yeah, Liska's gonna be like,
I get 100 plat a month as a retainer fee, plus
Yeah,
the
so-
normal pay per job.
so Liska's gonna be like, pay me back.
Actually, wait, hold on a question. When was that at?
Let's see.
Because I did just spend 4 fucking months.
Oh, yeah, that might have been. I think that was early on. For
Yeah,
the
I
downtime.
think we did that like before we initiated, full downtime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh! Then I had to retain. That's right.
Do we have money? And if so, how much? It's like,
See.
Let me-
suddenly money.
So yeah, what
I-
was the retainer fee? Because Liska made sure that that Resman
Yeah,
initialed it.
because I've been thinking on this.
That
I got-
much money for sitting around up for a month doing not really much.
Yeah.
contributing?
I've been thinking. I think. Yeah, because I've been going back and forth on this in my mind. About how much it would be for like just sitting around per month.
That's what he asked for, and she signed on it.
Was there
Is she
a
gonna
specific
go
amount
back
that
on
was-
it? And he's just gonna be like, alright, I'm out of the contract. Have fun.
Was there
You
a
fucked me
specific
over.
amount-
I can't trust you.
Was there a specific amount that you mentioned at the start of the contract, or
Mhm.
just that we want? Okay, then what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I have it written down.
I think it was 100 plat per month.
It is written down, bios and treasure, at the knock at the bottom. Signed contract with Vresh. I get an extra 100 plat a month as a retainer fee, plus the normal paper job. He waited till everybody else finished signing, and said, "Okay, I want this," and put it in for his own extra benefit. He didn't haggle for everybody else. He literally did it on his. I do remember Liska specifically saying something to make sure she initials the change on the contract, but I don't remember that being for everybody else's.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to dick
I
everyone out of extra money.
think.
I'm just saying I legitimately.
So
from what I do
Liska,
remember.
so
Yeah.
under my understanding, Liska was saying, "Do it," so we are all included in that because she was like, because otherwise she wouldn't give a fuck. She'd be like, "Okay, fine, whatever."
Arngrim
I-
specifically haggled extra shit for himself
Right.
Yeah.
because he's a
And let's go-
greedy dwarf.
Yeah, and Liska was just like, "Hey, if you're gonna do that, like, get all of us and make sure you sign it,
Right.
because otherwise she wouldn't have."
Right. Okay. I must have misunderstood that part of what happened there.
Okay, I was confused. What do you mean she wouldn't have?
She wouldn't have said anything
She
about
would've-
signing it.
Oh,
She wouldn't have said anything about make sure that it puts it in there to make sure that it's not oh hey, oh yeah, no, we didn't. That wasn't part of the contract. It's
I-
like
I
you're
remember-
supposed to initial whenever you change a contract, so they can't just be like, oh nope, that's not right. Like you edit that in
Yeah,
after
I
the
remember
fact.
you specifically said that, but I don't know if you're doing that for everybody's. I can call upon the wisdom of spies here if I have to. But I know he said that because he waited till everybody finished signing theirs. He did it at the very end for that reason. To see if anyone else would haggle if they could get any sort of what the response would be.
Yeah, because
And like I said,
my understanding was that this was only specifically for Arngrim's retainer fee.
Yes. Because I am
I mean that's
a actual
cool.
guard now.
That's cool, like I said, but Liska also, it was my understanding that Liska was just like, oh, yeah, that's the thing. Make sure she was putting in, and she went in because she was like, no, yeah, that's something that we need. Make sure that she signs it. So
She
it was
did,
under
but I
like,
think she only initialed my contract is the thing. Because
well, it was
that's-
all, but that's the thing. It was all on a single contract. We didn't have separate contracts.
Yeah,
It
it's,
was all
it's
single
more
No,
the
we didn't.
addendum. It's more
We
the
had separate
addendum that
contracts.
Arngrim gets that.
No, it was from my understanding. It was just a single sheet of paper. And when you're like, "Oh yeah, add the retainer fee," it was just like, "Oh yeah, that applies to everyone."
We call upon
Make
you,
sure that
Grand
she-
Archivist. Go find
I
out for
remember
us.
us. I know we all signed separately. I can't remember
Yeah, we
now
signed
if it's
separately,
on
but
the
it was
actual.
it was a
It
single.
was the same contract, but we all signed separate. It's like multiple spaces.
Oh, big thing.
And then Arngrim got his addendum. Liska voiced to have that addendum notarized or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. 'cause
I,
he said-
I remember that.
Arngrim specifically said if he was going to be hired on, he wanted the 100 plat a month.
Yep.
He never argued for the whole group because you fuckers are rich.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Also, he has dual loyalties.
I would,
I mean, so
would
does Liska.
say,
That's why.
I would just say that I'm fine with Arngrim being the one having a separate extra retainer fee. As mentioned,
I'm not.
he's also a guard, a mountain guard
Yeah.
to be precise.
And so is Liska also a soldier, as he just mentioned. I want to say I'm not trying to exclude people out of that. I am just saying that for the reason of, like, that's what he did in character. He waited till the very end because in character he's like, I
Yeah.
want this.
So
Because he figured you're in charge of your own finances. If you wanted to haggle, you could haggle. He haggled and he did his own role for him.
right. See, that's what I understood was I thought that Liska was making sure that Rasmund solidified this retainer fee for Arngrim.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't care about that. She was solidifying it for the rest of them.
Wouldn't
Right.
everybody have to roll to persuade her in the same way that Arngrim did?
Yeah, I think that would.
Like
that-
Because Arngrim
Arngrim,
didn't make a party check. The DC was based on him alone. Otherwise,
I
it
mean,
wouldn't
that's-
have worked.
I mean, that's cool, but then Liska. So, you made the check, and she's just like, okay, cool. This one person, fine. That to me signifies that she's willing to do it for other people. Like,
Yeah, but nobody else made a roll to.
I mean,
haggle.
if that's fine, like, I'm just saying the reason Liska went through that whole thing is because she was under the impression, and as was the player, that this was going to be a party-wide thing. Otherwise, she wouldn't have done it. It wouldn't have happened in character. If that's the fact, then let's say Liska's like, okay, no, never mind. Like, she didn't sign. Like, if you want me to, like, that's the thing. It was the party, which already happened, but then there were two new additions. There was Arngrim, and then there was Liska. Liska's whole stick at that very last point, she's like, make sure you notarize it, make sure this is because she was going to get the same time. Like, if Arngrim's like, no, this is only for me, yada yada this, yada yada that, and that's not the case, then she'd be like, long story short, Liska was under the impression, as was the player, that the retainer fee was applied to at least her, if not the rest of the party as well.
Okay, so what we could say,
Okay.
what we could,
If that's not the case, then I mean, again, as I said, that's
No,
the whole
I
reason
understand,
she
it's a
would
character
made a big
thing.
deal about it.
yeah, what we could say is
And
it,
would Dejar also get this retainer fee? If she's signed on the
I
contract?
think
It's
she's a
reserve.
substitute, so I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
We'll-
it's
we'll
signed
worry
on to
about her
everybody
later.
that weren't even there.
what we could say is that
Wasn't she there?
Liska could also get the retainer fee as well as Arngrim.
Alright,
could-
we're the
that-
new hires. We're getting it in.
Yeah,
It's,
that-
it's an incentive.
You
vote.
guys already signed.
Mhm.
Alright, everybody signed. Liska is literally the only one that spoke up on anything.
yeah.
I'm
She's
bad.
the only one. Arngrim's
I'm
the
bad
only
at
one that.
contract stuff. So
That's fine, but here's the thing. In character, since we're talking in character reasons, he deliberately waited for everybody else to sign first. He deliberately wanted to go last to say, put me in on this, to see if anybody else was able to haggle, to see what it was, and see how other people were doing things. He tested the water there. Said, if you're going to do it, I want this, and see how she felt on it.
Yeah.
With that in mind, he had to make a check for it. If I'm recalling correct, he had to make a check and persuade her.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I cannot have
we
made
are
that check
halting
to
the game
persuade-
as it is.
Okay.
We're halting the game. I don't want to slow down game. So
Okay.
since Arngrim and Liska are the new people into this group, what we could say is that both Arngrim and Liska would get that retainer.
Okay. Sure thing. If she's the one that spoke up, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I just felt that it's not right for me to be making the only check, then everybody else just mentions something, and then they just get it. I can understand Liska, since we're the two new people, saying, hey, give it for us, and that chimes in, but, just... that would not be fair for my role to be the outcome. The DC would have been adjusted
Higher.
in a way that I would not be able to pass.
I just feel like we
Sure. We can move on from here.
yeah.
It's all solved.
How much was it? 40,
It's
450, 45 platinum.
400 was 450 for
A single bag.
yeah, a single bag of holding.
Then,
So
then I can afford it.
yeah, 900 total. I just
I
don't
can
want to.
buy my own bag.
Yeah, I don't want to drag the game on, like just discussing, finagling
Yeah,
past
it's,
things.
It's in the past.
Yeah,
Hmm.
It's been decided. Moving forward.
yeah. So
Okay.
you can both afford the bags of holding. So mark that
Okay,
off
so-
in your inventory.
And we have, so I guess we got potions. Let's go look around with us here getting bags of holding.
Mhm.
Potions? Any potions in here?
Potions. There do seem to be a number of small potions in like a small glass case off to the side. These would be. I'm just searching up my. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's a potion of growth, a potion of water breathing. You can see what looks like a greater healing potion. Let's see. And a... Oh, no, come on. Give me back that sheet.
Give me back that tree.
Give me back that sheet. Okay. A potion of bottled breath. There is what looks like
Morning breath? I'm just kidding.
bottled breath, a potion of animal friendship, and a potion of fire breath.
Going to. Yeah, potion of greater healing. Nothing
Alright.
else really seems worthwhile at the moment.
Right. Okay. So that would be we'll say 400 gold for that one.
All right. Almost as expensive as the bag of holding. All right, then. Going to keep that for myself.
Okay.
All right.
Shouldn't potions be like half cost since they're consumables? Or am I thinking of crafting?
I think that might be crafting.
No, it actually does.
That
Is
is
it
true.
Buying. No, it is. Yeah, buying halved for consumable item like a potion or scroll in Xanathar's.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, because I do recall that scrolls specifically are like sort of half priced, but I wasn't sure if potions were as well.
Right. Okay. Okay. I see. You know. So moving forward, we can have those
If I
costs.
could give her, an extra potion for the money.
Yep. Sure. I mean,
All right.
Rounding it off.
you can
Cool.
get two. You can get 2 potions of greater healing for that. Why not?
Fuck yeah. All right.
There you go.
Done.
Result.
Okay. I guess we'll go grab rations. Anything else that I guess Liska's gonna look at Argrim. Like anything else you want to get while we're here?
Some metal, but not from this store. I'll buy that bulk a wee bit later.
Alright. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can get some good rations. Something. I don't know. Do you? And she kind of motions. It was like, I know you're a cook. Do you forage for things? Do you
Oh,
cook from the land, or do you bring stuff with you?
I'm better if you bring things. I can't really forage. I mean, if you can hunt, critters, that's good. If I remember, our little goblin, our little deep fella, he could get things from the land. But it's probably best we bring some dry staple foods. Beans, rice, rye, flour,
Dry aged cheese.
salt, lard, fat, oil, bacon.
Okay,
Grease.
you know what?
Staples.
I'll give that to you. Like, I'll let you get the rations. How about
Okay.
that?
I'll buy in bulk.
Okay, sounds good. Use your discount. I saved the city discount.
Ah, yes.
Anyways, I'll meet you back at the inn. Then
The
with
gold.
her, yeah, the golden. And then with that, this is gonna just head on back. Stop by Cinderbraid, which is his name that I have remembered.
Definitely remembered.
First name Bravik. That I did not remember, but I looked up.
There you go.
And yeah, so just gonna stop by there, see how everything's going, see how the armors coming along, and then just head on back to the inn.
Yeah.
All right. He's still got the gloves and the helmet made. He still needs some more adamantine to finish the rest.
All right,
But
cool.
you make your way back to the inn. You said you wanted to buy some food or meats, Argrim?
Yeah, I need to buy some bulk stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Or so we have rations on the travel.
Yeah. That's easy enough to do. I'll say go ahead and mark off 20 gold's worth of food. It's it's a buying bulk essentially.
Nice. Dunhall Casca. I was trying to find I'll go to Dwarfco. I got the
Dwarfco.
membership there.
Only members allowed.
Yeah.
Only members allowed.
Normally it would be a total of 30 gold, but with what you've done for this, what you've all done for this city.
Mountain Guard discount.
Oh yeah. They certainly
Guard hero. Yeah.
they certainly recognise your status, and you are given a hefty discount.
Is this like the American veterans discount?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much.
All right. Does anyone wish to purchase anything else for the road?
I'm
was that,
trying
Declan?
to think of something Sal could use for the road.
Liska and Arngrim, I've given you both bags of holding in your magic items. It might be full of stuff because I copied it over from Grunkers, so just delete whatever's in there.
Cool.
Sure.
That's a lot of stuff.
There's nothing in there for me. How do you add shit in?
I don't have the ability to edit it. I don't have that permission.
Oh shit! Hang on, let me fix that while Silion's thinking.
I'm currently looking over stuff because I do want I do want materials so I can make special bullets on the way. I'm just making sure that I can actually buy the shit because I know I want to get some like mithril bullets, at least like a set of 10. But component price is 400 gold's worth of mithril. Like
Yes.
that shit ain't easy to come by.
Yeah, Mithril's Mithril, especially for like armor and stuff. It's only typically reserved for wealthy nobles. Those who can afford such a metal.
Yeah. I mean, I do have the money for it, more or less. It's just finding that shit, you know?
Yeah. Asking around, probably the best place to find Mithril would be around certain blacksmiths in the Emerald Circle, which are the more high estate
Gosh.
commerce. You can also probably check in Hammerhome, which is probably one of the best places to find Mithril and other rarer metals. From what you've heard of it from Liska.
Yeah. I am just gonna ask in accordance to speeding things up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, buy enough to have the acquired 400 gold's worth from different vendors instead of just,
Yeah, you certainly can, as long as you've got the money for it.
Oh yeah, I got the money for it.
All right, so just mark off 400 gold
Or 40 platinum.
or 40 platinum, whatever.
Alright, that is one set of 400 gold's worth of mithril. Good to know. One question, which is the next one. Material components for a set of stuff for sanctified ammunition.
Ah,
do need-
yes.
Why did you write a pound flask of holy water? A flask of holy water is a pound, I think.
Oh, so yeah, just a flask of as long as you've got 25 gold, you can certainly find that in the Doonheart district among the sort of Doonish priests who can bless some holy water for you for 25 gold.
And then I would also need incense worth 400 gold and a lesser rune of
Smiting.
Smiting?
Smiting.
Smiting.
Yes. You can probably.
For that, I would need one minor powerful rune, a pinch of common airite dust, and it also specifies a spell 3rd level or higher that deals radiant damage.
Yes.
I don't have any spells that do that.
But someone in your party does.
You
No,
might be able to just find a scroll.
possibly.
And that too.
So long as the spell is on your list.
Which I don't have one.
Well,
The Artificer spell list is more akin to a Wizard's spell list.
Isn't there?
Sounds like we need to use some teamwork.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget whether or not you have to roll if you want to cast something not on your spell list. Or is that just if it's too
You just
high level
can't
for
use
you?
it. If it's too high of a level, you have to make a spell check. If it does not appear in your spell list, you can't use the scroll.
Yeah, I
was
just
looking this
checked
up
the.
with, when I was doing the scrolls of Revivify with Beth.
I checked the Artificer spell list. I don't have a single spell that does Radiant at all.
Well,
Not
sounds like
even
you need
Chaos
to.
Bolt.
Sounds,
You need a cleric.
sounds like you need some teamwork from a specific dwarf, you know.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I have the required materials on me before we head out, so I can do some travel downtime.
Yeah. So it should be like I said
As long
before.
as I have the required materials on hand.
Yeah, like I said before, it's the Dwarven capital. It's probably fairly simple to find these components among the districts of this massive capital. So you can just mark off the gold you need for it.
Yeah, I'm jotting down the materials currently as well.
Yeah. And don't forget, you can probably work with some of your teammates, especially those.
I'm aware.
Yeah. You're a crafting party after all, well, most of you.
Like a bunch of nerds.
We have several people who craft things, and then several people who use said crafted thing to kill things.
Yeah.
Just go speak to Tora. It'll be easy.
I'm pretty sure it's just Eskarn.
No.
Are you saying he's not high enough level?
I don't know. I'm sure he is.
That's weird.
Right. Arngrim, you can certainly exchange the bag of holding for a bag of coaling. That's easy enough to do.
Great.
So I'll say I'll rename this to bag of coaling.
Great. I'll Photoshop tinted blue.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just have like a stitched in patch of frozen meat on it.
Yeah. Like a stitched in pattern of a leg of lamb. Bearing in mind, you can only store animal components in this.
Oh no.
So you said I was
I
going
can
to
do
say
that
animal
with-
companions.
Can I store like food components?
Yeah, you can, as long as it's like food, meats, just anything that you could that's able to be harvested or consumed from creatures.
Yeah, it's a
Perishable, basically.
Yeah, any sort of perishable
No.
items.
Okay, so perishable item. So I could put like flour.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is literally I'm just getting this to store food.
Of course.
The cargo will of my tank will just be where I'm storing like bulk metal and stuff to repair it.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is just literally, I can buy a lot of pig meat. Where am I gonna put that so it doesn't expire in a swamp?
Yeah.
Bag of cauldron.
There you go.
Or a chest of preserving if you want to have easier access to it.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Chest of preserving.
Of preserving.
Chest of... I've not heard of that before. Chest of...
Food and other perishable items do not carry one size of chest, reserving the chest of 2.
It's essentially a smaller bag of clothing as a chest.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Oh, and they're common.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Common.
okay then. I would
I
say...
might have to get that in addition.
you certainly could. Let me check the price on that real quick, because this would be perfect for
It's a
Angrim.
common item, so it would be within 100, I believe.
Yeah. I'm just gonna check items.
See,
So-
it's 2.5 feet long, 1.5 feet wide, 1 foot tall.
So it's just a small
Any
refrigerator.
fridge.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like a
Just a mini
two
fridge.
two mini fridges side by side. Do you think that
It's a really fucking,
That's not going to be
noble way.
enough. No matter what, I'm getting the bag of clothing.
Okay.
That could be an interesting substitute
All
because
storage space for food is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he wants a walk-in freezer?
Yeah.
So he
I mean,
disappears into
I
his
want
bag.
an
and comes
extra
back out.
dimensional freezer,
with the height it is, he might be able.
a little demi plane.
So, chest of preserving would be like, I'll say 80 gold.
Oh, that's doable.
Then again, a chest of preserving is like also, a really fucking noble way of having just like a wine fridge.
Wine fridge.
Right. As Arngrim's purchasing that, Saoyun, have you calculated the total amount of gold you're expending on all of these materials?
Almost 1,000.
Well, it's,
Yeah, I am jotting things down. I'm just writing because being
Yeah.
dyslexic is a fucking bitch.
okay, fair enough. Does anyone else have anything else they want to purchase before going on the road?
I was gonna see if I'll grab the mithril, but that's fucking expensive as shit, so fuck that. I would like to bring something up that was discussed in character a couple of sessions ago.
Mhm.
The whole decision with Sao and Grunki about the Black Hand situation. Because, goddamn it.
Words.
I forgot the name. What's the name of Snake?
Deja?
Deja, that's it. Deja's in town, and once we leave, we're not going to be able to access her for use of conveying messages and things like that. So I don't know if we want to leave it till longer and just have convenience happen when the decision is made, but I think after like 3 months, maybe they've come to sort of realization. But I know as players, you probably haven't thought of it much. So I'm wondering how we want to approach that. Like, do we want to just do it and then it's done and then we're out of there? Or...
I have talked with both Jenner and Valve about what the idea and going forward with Sao is.
Okay. Well, if it's a case where that needs to be addressed in character before we leave, then fine. If not, then also fine. But I figure I'd bring it up in case it was sort of forgotten by the wayside.
Yeah,
With
I think because Black Spice isn't currently here right now, probably not going to be able to do that without me stepping into Deja's shoes or tail or whatever.
Don't step on his neck. Tail.
Stepping into the scales.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't step on me.
Well, I mean, it's more a case of what Sao and Grunker will decide on, because yes or no, it's got to be an answer given at some. Just wondered if it was like they needed more time, or if it's something we want to address now.
I have cleared, my side with Jenner, and that'll be taken care of when time is due on that front.
So, I guess, are you coming to them in character?
That
Are you
was the
bringing this
plan,
up
but
in
with everything going on, I didn't know if it.
Well, if you want to come to them in character, see how they feel after 4 months. It is totally up to you, man.
Alright, well, I'm gonna
In
go ahead
character
and do that
decisions.
then. So at some point, like during the however long we have to prepare, so I was gonna find a knock on the door again. Dum dum dum.
Come in.
And in he goes. Hey there. So we're gonna be leaving soon. I just wanted to get your thoughts on what we talked about a few months back with the whole Black Hand situation.
Yeah, you got a little bit heated, so to say.
Well, it's a big decision, an important one.
Aye, but you were more or less shouting at me.
More or less what, sorry? Cut out for me.
More or less shouting.
Well, you know me enough. I'm a very passionate person.
As you now are, but what makes you bring it up now besides, getting my thoughts on it?
Well, if we're leaving the city soon, don't think we're going to be able to have access to Jar, since she's the go-between for Balth the Siren at the moment. It's not uncertain when we're going to have access to her again.
Alright.
She'll probably be off doing her own things for Balth and Siren, and I'm not pushing for a hurried decision, but I figure I'd at least check in and see if you've given it any thought. I know you've been busy.
I have given it some good thought.
And how do you feel about it?
My answer lies majoritively with, between me and Balth. And after I've, brought it up with him, I'll probably tell you a lot about it. But till then, I'll keep my answer to myself.
So you plan on telling them yourself, or? I'm a little confused about what you meant. Sorry.
I'm going to tell them first before I tell you guys. Since, for the most part, this decision lies majoritively between me and them.
Right, that makes sense. Well, whatever your choice is, I'll support you, even if it ends up being what I hoped it would.
Talking like a politician.
Well, I suppose I have to.
Something more like Balth.
Yeah. Well, given what I've signed up for with the council, it's probably something I gotta get used to. But you still got my support.
Well,
So-
practice makes better, as they say.
Should be the cat in here. How'd that go? Go on, out you get. Go on, off you go. Yeah, that's all I wanted to check in on. I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing.
Oh, just making a little list of things I need to acquire before we actually leave. Most of it is just regular resources and, the like tinker stuff.
Always keep him busy.
When am I never busy?
Take it easy, sir. And then he's
Yep.
gonna head out.
Alright, you're gonna find Grunker as well.
Yep, gonna go find Grunky now and get his thoughts on this. His
Alright.
very wonderfully simplistic thoughts.
So what's Grunker doing right now?
Where are we situated right now?
I imagine you're all sort of still out and about, and sorry, I'm shoo the cat away.
From the way with knocking, it seems like people are in their own private rooms.
Yeah.
Grunker's probably up in the rafters of the room, making like webs with Webby. Also trying to get the cat down from the web.
Oh no,
Webby
caught a
cat.
cat in the web.
No. Don't eat the cat, Webby. No. No, I know. Yeah, I know. But no. Yeah, I know. It's someone's pet. If it's a wild cat, then I mean, I guess, sure. But it's what's got a color on it. You can't eat that. Yeah, I know. I'll get you something later. But yeah. Let me just try and cut it down.
Webby relinquishes the cat.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna drop it down on the floor.
And the cat just scurries out, completely terrified. Past you, villain.
Wow. These cats are everywhere today. You busy, Grunks?
Just gonna look across all the web. Who he now kind of realized that, fuck, I have to clean this up now.
Webb's been busy.
Yeah, we were playing a little bit and he got a bit carried away. I mean, a little. Why?
Just wanted to check in on something we talked about a while back. About the whole Balthazar Black Hand.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's been a while and I'm just poking my head and seeing what's what. If you managed to come to a decision.
No.
No, you need more time, or no, you...
I haven't come to a decision yet.
Alright. Well,
Yeah.
take all the time you need. It's understandably a big choice.
Yeah. Could you
Give you a hand.
well, could you at least, reach up a broom or something?
Yeah, sure. Let me clean this up.
Yeah.
And then Vellum will go get broom.
Alright, between the both of you, you gather a nearby broom. You've begin cleaning up Grunker's quarters in the palace here.
It's everywhere.
It's just like a big old ball of spider web. It's probably
Yeah.
the size of a Grunker.
Now, how are we gonna get it out?
Well, I mean, we could probably just throw it in the fireplace or something.
Does it even burn?
I hope so.
Well,
Yeah.
let's find out.
Yeah,
Roly-poly into the fire.
yeah. Roll it right into the fire, and it does singe and burn and curl up.
Oh, there's no cats.
You don't. You
I don't
thankfully
hear the
don't.
piercing shriek of a cat. No.
You
fine.
thankfully don't hear any cries of dying, burning animals.
That's good. I didn't actually think about that. I have to, I'm still a little boy. I gotta, make
Little
sure
boy.
he doesn't, yeah, I know. You're bigger now.
Yeah, he's how much bigger do you think he can get? He's already the size of you.
Kind of gestures with his hand. Not that big.
How big is the gesture?
As big as Webby's gonna become.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it's become a large.
Yeah, large.
Yeah.
Jeez, at that point you could ride her.
Yeah.
Them?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Well, something to look forward to then, I guess.
Yeah. Would be non-binary. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I knew some people who did that, and it seemed fun. Well, it's a bit too small to, right to the ceiling.
All of
Catch the
interesting
Starbucks.
things.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got my hands on some Starbucks, but still.
Get some hands on what?
Oh, you know,
Yeah,
I heard Starbucks.
yeah, Starbucks.
Correct.
Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. Cause like down when we come, we don't really have the sky, but there's still like up like very very high on the ceilings. There's still a bunch of like glowy bugs that crawl around, so it's kind of like a sky, but it's constantly like moving.
Oh right.
Yeah, to some. So there's no like what do you call them? Pictures in the sky.
Well, you had something to look up at. That's
Yeah, it's pretty.
that's nice.
Yeah, we kind of gotta make sure that they don't get too big, because they have a tendency of falling if they're too big, and that's not very nice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound it.
You don't want it. You don't want one of those in your head.
I forget, Greg. So are you? I know you're from underground, but are you from Mayland Underground or like some other place?
Rook kind of scratches his head a bit, and he reaches into his bag and he rummages around a bit, and he gets the globe that he still has, and he looks a bit at it. I think I'm generally pretty good at maps, but the being underground and what's on top is a bit hard to. It's around like I think it's somewhere in like it's either the north of Ragnarok or in between Mayland and Ragnarok, somewhere around there, I think. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really, like dug up and see what it's above.
Well, maybe if we wander around enough, we'll see some of your Deepland folk.
Yeah, maybe. We generally don't go outside. But yeah, there's some hunters and explorers. I'm not the only one who has wanderlust.
Yep. You never know what you're gonna see. So,
And it's a big world.
big world,
Yeah,
both above and below.
yeah. And this place has some weird shit in it. Like, trees. I don't really like trees. They're weird.
Yeah, they're a bit weird, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like the weird like combination of like a plant and a mushroom. I don't like it.
I just think the ones there are weird because they got way too many leaves. The ones back home are just like straight and simple, and then you got leaves with maybe a bit of fruit at the top or something.
Oh,
Nice and simple.
yeah. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
It's
they just make a
lot-
mess. Leaves
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, it seems like a pain. Like, mushroom don't really lose anything on it. I mean, I guess, you have to deal with the spores. But,
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of Poland.
What about Poland?
This in Poland.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of things. I'm still getting used to like birds. I don't really like the screamy ones that are by the water. I don't really like those.
Screamy ones?
Yeah, like they're very loud and they eat and poop everywhere.
You talking about those harpies we fought?
No, I meant like the actual birds.
Oh, okay.
There were a lot of them over in Port Morkney.
Oh yeah, I remember those ones. Noisy bastard.
Yeah, I don't really like those. I tried to eat Webby when he was getting hatched.
Well, all the birds back home I deal with, I guess they do kind of go after things like scorpions and stuff like that, but they just keep themselves mostly. They swing around and swoop in.
Yeah,
They don't really just hang around and scream at people like those ones.
yeah. The biggest flying thing we have are the cloakers.
Those are one of those things that jump me, right?
Yeah. It's the one that kind of wraps around you.
Yeah, I can't say I like them.
No, they're, once you get to know them, they're alright. But they're not like,
Can they think and stuff like people? What do you mean get to know them?
I mean, there's like one or two people who have like a tame one, They
Oh well, that's
found
like
it when
that's like
found
pet.
it when it was young and brought her up, and like when it's actually like not wild, it's okay. Like
Oh yeah, if they're not wild,
a-
then they're fine.
yeah, it has a tendency of hugging people a bit too long, but doesn't try to eat them at least.
So with Webby, do you like? I know how you show affection. Do you like pet them or?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't it's not like a cat. There's not really any fur to pet. It doesn't really like.
It looks
You
kind
know.
of fuzzy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a bit, but they're pretty sensitive hairs. You don't want to like mush them,
Yeah.
but he tends to groom himself a bit, but he kind of help a bit. But yeah. Kind of just give him a little scratch, maybe like give him a little bit of a nibble on something. Yeah.
Mind if I try? So like looking at Webby and a little hesitant to do anything.
You mean like what? Hold
Like a
him,
pet
pet
or
him?
scratch or whatever you said.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll be here. We wanna pet you. Just be big. Be a bit careful. Don't like specifically not like the leg hairs. They're pretty. It's a
Right.
bit ticklish.
All right. Don't worry. I look a bit rough, but I can be gentle if I want. Just crouch down because I mean.
As you approach Webby, he does that sort of thing where he lifts his two front forelegs in this sort of intimidating stance, and then then sort of slowly sort of touches your hands to. It seems to recognise it's you, and then sort of leans into the scritch a bit.
Yeah, literally just like attempting to be friendly with the dog. You've got like palm up a little bit, let him get a sense of your scent or whatever.
Yeah.
Just gonna very gently, just little pet, little scratch.
Yeah, he does have pretty rough hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, can't help that. Sadly, it's a bit of the hard work.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, okay. But yeah. Oh. But yeah. You mentioned something before about what's the scorpion?
Oh, it's imagine Webby with like hard armor all over and a big tail with a pointy bit on the end. Instead of the front leg, it's like a pair of big claws that they can pinch with.
So, wait. So it's like a, it's like a mix between like a crab, a spider, a beetle, and like a wasp.
I guess, yeah. That's a good way of
That's
putting
cool.
it.
That's spooky.
They can be dangerous. I mean, if you cook them right, they taste good.
Oh,
Webby just immediately kind of hides behind Grunker.
No, it's like different thing. Very different from you, Webby, don't worry.
oh, sounds interesting. What like?
They're like more dangerous rats.
Oh,
They get everywhere, and when you find them, you just nab them and cook them. Or you throw them out the window. Or you throw them in someone's trousers. One of the...
oh, I see.
Depends if you really don't like them.
Oh. Yeah, this world is there's a lot of weird stuff in it.
Maybe you'll see it at some point. If you ever
Yeah.
end up in Ed East.
Yeah, where did you come from?
Oh, I'm from a long way away. Over the ocean towards the east, then through a bit of desert. It's a nice little port town.
It kind of takes out the globe.
Oh right, yeah, you got that.
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
Yeah, let me get a look see it. So I'm gonna turn the globe. Stick his finger around Caffney a bit. There. I don't know if you have the map up for benefit of knowing where the fuck that is, but
Ooh,
There you go.
where did you put it, you say?
Cathnia Bay. It is a town along a river in the east, right in the middle of the continent. Oh, there we go. There's the map. You see where you've got the big letters of Kitesh?
Oh yeah, Kifna Bay.
Yeah, south of it.
Kifna Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's quite far away.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think much of it at the time. Just a few weeks trip and a hop on a boat, but really have gone a long way.
It's quite,
Yeah.
quite a bit of history to that port town that you know of, Bellum.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I'm way over there. You said you were like you're thinking you're between Ragnarok and here.
I think so. I'm not like entirely sure. I think it's around that area. I'm not like, I don't really know the specifics.
Hmm.
I'm not really used to this topography,
That's fair.
but I think it's somewhere around there. So I guess it's not like, you know, it doesn't look like it's too far, but it's also like pretty far down.
Yeah, you gotta think about down as well as across.
Yeah, so it might be pretty similar distance.
Well, I mean, we're heading this way, and he sort of like moves over to our destination in the west. Maybe after there we can just hop on a boat and then go that way,
Yeah, maybe.
see a bit more of the world.
Yeah, I wonder what's over on that side. Actually, looking at the globe, it looks pretty empty.
It really does, doesn't it? Everything looks so tiny.
Yeah. Really is. It's a big world.
Big world.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll see a whole lot of it. I give
Yeah.
him like a pat on the back.
Yeah, I hope so. There's still things left undone and places to see.
The road keeps winding on.
Yeah. I wonder if
It
it doesn't
doesn't
end. I wonder if the road ends somewhere. Because it always seems like there's always another road.
Yeah, that's a saying back home that the sands always change. That you can know your way to a town or even down the way, and it can look different every time you go down it. But it's still the same way. You still know where you're going.
It looks like you gotta be pretty hard to navigate if it changes all the time.
Well, I didn't travel much, but from what I hear from a lot of other people, you get a sense for it.
Yeah. I guess this guy doesn't really move all that much, I think.
I mean, you see the movement of the sun and that helps, but yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You travel somewhere enough or you know a terrain well enough, you can find where to go.
Yeah. Oh well. I think we're gonna go and get some food.
Yeah, probably a good idea to get something to eat.
Yeah, maybe, he really wanted that cat. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that might be someone's pet. Try to avoid eating it.
Yeah, I'm, gonna try and put that in him that, there's some animals that are okay to eat and some are not. I guess it's just kind of how it is.
Maybe he looks a little bit dejected.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it doesn't seem to be very tasty anyway. It's very furry. Like, it can't be really nice to eat.
Yeah, that would like a good score.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you don't really eat him. Now that I think about it, just kind of like
Man, I got a weird craving. I think I'll go get some food as well. See if they got anything close enough.
Yeah.
Right. So,
That was nice. Very wholesome conversation.
yeah.
Yeah. It's two lost boys in a big world.
Yeah.
So as you go out, find somewhere to eat.
Do they have scorpion?
Um, probably
Probably a
not.
very exotic food, I'll be honest. But with places we tend to dine, it's not surprising. It
Probably,
might.
probably not in this capital. But as you're searching for places to eat, butchers and stuff, you do find Arngrim kind of hefting what looks like a large chunk of ram's leg as he's trying to stuff it into his new bag of colding.
You need a
Hey,
hand
that'll
there,
do. Oh, hello. One moment. As he turns around and hands a handful of gold coins. I just have the pigs butchered and ready to go. I'll swing by in a couple days.
Aye, right, will do.
I remember getting 5 of the lads. Aye, okay. No, I don't need the offer. You can keep it. Oh, yes. Hello,
Yeah.
Vellum. How are things going on up there?
Pretty good. You seem to be getting a lot of provisions ready. You need a hand stuffing
Aye.
that in?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Do you need a hand stuffing that in? That leg, it goes.
Ah, no. This is dinner. I'll stuff it away just fine, don't you worry. However, I will need your help a wee bit later. I've got nearly a ton of goods to load up into the back of me tank. I don't know how long we're gonna be away, if we're gonna be able to stop and get provisions. But
Better
we
be
have a
prepared,
lot of
though.
flour and a lot of pork, so expect mini meat pies.
Well, nothing wrong with a good pie. But
And
yeah,
salt.
I can give you a loan it all in.
Yeah, I'll need a hand, shoving shite in the back of the back up there and folding things down to fit in the chest. But the other's good. I've got provisions for us. I've got most of it for steel. Speaking of steel, the hardest part will be loading a shit ton of iron into the back of the thing, but I need it to be able to do repairs, so I've got a couple 100 pounds of iron as well.
You never know when you're going to need some extra steel on it. I can understand that. Why not just keep it in one of them fancy bags?
I traded mine in for a bag of colding, so it will hold the food.
That's different, right? It does food or something, or meat.
Food can't rot, but it only holds, perishable food things. Can't hold the steel, which is fine because, my tank's got a bit of a storage to it. And I can put some more in your cart. I figure you won't mind too much from storage, strapped along the sides.
Yeah, it's fine. The inside is mostly living space, but you can cram a good bit in there.
Alright. Worst comes to worst. Good peanuts. You want a peanut? Worst comes to worst. You just got a handful of peanuts apparently.
So,
Improv.
complimentary peanuts at the butcher's.
Yeah. Everyone knows.
Sorry, I just thought about
They just
in Borderlands.
It's great.
Just like,
They're
man,
all
these
over the
pretzels suck."
floor. There's peanuts all over the floor. They just got them in the barrel. You can just reach it and get some. It's great. I love this place. God, I love Akris. What was I saying? Oh! Worst comes to worst, I can just strap some of the plates to the side of your wagon and, you know, or cart, whatever the hell it is. And now you got some... oh, peanut up in my throat. Now you got some improvised armor plating.
Yeah,
Along
and
the sides,
again,
you
if
know.
we need to, we can just tie it to the top, lash it on with some rope or something.
Exactly. It is 200 pounds, so I don't know if you want to put all of it up there. It will collapse the roof.
Well, we'll see what kind of weight it can handle. I feel like we're gonna make out alright.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, what brings you over here?
We're gonna find something to eat. I got a bit of
Ah.
hankering for something I haven't found yet, and coming to that time of food.
May I recommend Goat's Head?
I was thinking of
It's
something
great.
roasted.
However, may I recommend roasted goat's head? The eyeballs are soft and squishy, and the brain is like a great pate that goes over a hearty toast. It's quite good. Mild bit of salt on there.
I'm sure it is, but I'm down for something more crunchy than soft and squishy.
Ah,
Nice different bit of texture. Got a bit homesick for a particular kind of food, but I'll find the next best thing.
what are you looking for? I could make it.
I haven't found anything so far, but you know where they might find scorpions around here?
It's like the bug.
Yeah. Back up, catch 'em, roast 'em up. Get a bit of
Unique
spice on
taste,
there.
lad. Yeah, oh no, I'm not judging. It's just a peanut. If you want to eat a bug, though, tell you what, I'll talk to some friends down in the mines and see what they find down there, and I'll roast something up with some salt. How about that, lad?
No need to trouble them. I'm sure I'll find something that's good enough. Something we can roast good and proper. And I trust you
Well-
to make it fantastic.
Well, good luck finding any bugs, lad. I'll be around if you need some food. He's just gonna pat your shoulder and he's gonna just waddle off.
I love that. I've told the culinarian about eating bugs. I have offended his palate. Alright, let's see what we can find, Crux.
Yeah.
Let's bit about you.
Gonna find like probably some a little bit of mix, like a couple of bits of meat, couple of bits of intestine, you know.
Oh, we're just
More or
outside of
less.
Butcher's. And we're
Yeah.
offering awful.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll say if you're looking for various meats, you can certainly purchase quite a large leg of ram for like I'll say 50 silver. Sorry, 5 gold rather.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna mostly look for.
Bear in mind, a whole ass pig is 3 gold.
Ah, yeah, right.
So
I think we're
Keep
gonna
inflation
you're
in
probably looking 5 coppers
I think
to
we're,
silver.
Yeah.
Gurkha's gonna mostly look for like more of the soft tissue because
right.
Webby has no teeth,
Fair enough.
That is a problem
Yeah.
that comes with eating.
and also like I mean, well, it'd just be easier to for him to just
Yeah.
melt it before he eats it.
So you do. Bits of off cuts of meat, fairly soft, tenderized. I'll say you can purchase that for 2 silver. Yeah, but enough to last the journey.
Nice.
Tasty.
And if you're looking for something more exotic, you'd probably have to find that again in the Emerald Circle. There is one butcher who does specialize in some of the more exotic meats, kind of taken from the Hunter's Keep, if you will. It's going to be more expensive, but you do find what looks like cuts and sections of what looks like a giant centipedes. You also find what looks like Arnkeg meat. And
I won't ask you to list what sort of things would be in the region, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll go for something with some sort of chitinous
yeah,
outlayering. Yeah,
I can
close
put
you can get.
Yeah, I'll say if for the journey, Arnkeg meat is probably the best for it's worth it is more expensive than normal meat as it is an exotic type of meat. So I will say for a total for rations and stuff, bug meat, total of about 3 golds worth. Should be fine.
I'll get 1 gold's worth because it's a nice snack, but we gotta think economical from now.
Okay. So you
That'll
grab
probably last like maybe a week at most.
Yeah, you get a bit of sort of white gelatinous meat with this bit of shell still stuck to it, and you have that. It's like a day's meal.
Yeah, no, something nice to remind you of home as best you can.
Yeah,
At some point, gotta find some scorpions. That's the goodie. Get them on a stick.
yeah. Probably not native to this region.
Probably not. No.
You'd probably
It's
be able
very
to.
temporary.
Yeah, you'll be able to find more of that the further east in the world you go.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry. Everyone will learn the joys of eating a good scorpion on a hot day,
Yeah. So,
whether
unless,
you like it or not.
unless anyone wishes to do anything else, say
Good.
for the next day or so, you do manage to get the rest of your glorious butchered pig, Arngrim,
Great.
and unless anyone wishes to do anything else, we could say you're all preparing to venture off out of Dune Hollow. Stop me if you want to do anything else.
Nope, I'm racking my brain and I think I'm good to go.
Alright. So, you all meet up Heroes Memoriam in front of the place where the old steam hammer is stored, Arngrim. Vellum, you help him fill up the cargo hold. It's by no means like a walk-in fridge, but it'll definitely hold enough for a journey's worth of food.
For what now?
The cargo in the steam hammer, it's gonna hold enough for a
Oh,
journey's worth of food. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have, and I'll be offsetting up to 500 pounds or the designated volume of my
Yes.
bag of colding.
Indeed.
Mostly that pig meat, because the flour and the salt really doesn't go bad.
Mhm.
So I'll get as much as I can
For all that bacon.
into that. Oh yeah. I'll get as much as I can first into the chest, and then, which should fit probably a pig or two, and then
Yep.
I'll put the rest into my bag of colding.
Mhm.
And the 200 pounds of flour, 200 pounds of salt will just be out, there, just in the cargo area, along with 200 pounds of iron.
Okay. Did you mark that off on your expenses?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I need that's
It's not expensive for trade good.
no, it's not. All right. So you're all ready and raring to go. Is there anything you'd like to do before? Do you all wish to just set up and head out, or?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
I'm
to.
good.
Velm just finishes
Yeah.
airing out the inside of the fucking wagon because it's probably dusty as shit.
Yep.
Right, let's go.
All right. And you're.
Oh,
I just got back. What the fuck?
what?
We're leaving.
You didn't know you were gone?
I mentioned in the chat that I would do a short BRB.
Ah, right, there it is.
Oh,
For
right.
some reason, it didn't scroll down on my screen. It's all sort of.
Yeah, it happens
Yeah,
sometimes,
I had
it's
it
weird.
happen. I had it happen as well.
Alright. What the fuck did I miss?
Scorpion.
Where did you leave at?
Roundabout, you guys talking about getting Scorpion.
We met Arngrim. He was gathering supplies. Brief cultural exchange about scorpions and eating them. Offended dwarf noises. And it's just a case of, unless there was anything that Sal wanted to do, we're all geared up and ready to go.
I'm still doing the minor calculations for all the shit I need to pay for.
Yeah.
But
While you do that, I'm gonna go bathroom. Right back.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's not a huge issue. You can probably sort out the math on that after the session, and just deduct it from your funds.
Okay, in that case, I'm not BRBing.
but yeah, I'm more or less good to go. I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything I need, so I don't have to wait like another 2-3 months before I can actually get the last bit.
Yeah.
Regardless, we can say that you've spent your time in the couple days here after last session, purchasing all the goods you can. Again, I keep saying it's a dwarven capital. There's a lot of stuff you can find here, and you can pretty much find all of those components.
If not, I'm pretty sure they have a trader somewhere that can.
Oh yeah. So we'll add those up after the session. But regardless, you're all set to move off. There's as Arngrim, you signal the Iron Guard to sort of close the doors behind the steam hammer as it comes trundling out of the hold after you've set it all up. A small crowd of people begin gathering, just to see this spectacle. A few more.
Yes. Across one side of the front, over one horn, he proudly flies the banner of the Silver Kingdom, and across the other, his own clan, as he slowly, carefully drives this thing out. Hey, Velum, you got your cart ready?
Yeah.
Am I still tugging it, or are you getting the beast? Oh, and don't forget that lad, Bastion.
Out of character, Bastion was the goat, right?
Yes.
He's the battle ram.
Yes, big go.
Wasn't that like Whiskers or?
I think Magna
Magna
purchased
Magna
that.
bought it,
Yeah, that's
but she bought it for the group.
Oh, so we still have that?
Yeah.
Did she buy it for the group or did she buy it for herself? I can't really recall.
I think she purchased it for
Technically.
the group.
All right. Well,
She
if we
did.
still have it, then I'll make
After
her
some
use.
Yes.
persuasions by Balthazar.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Don't
Still
worry,
have
he
that.
paid her back later that
yeah.
night.
So we could say that Bastion's pulling the cart while the steam hammer's trundling along by the side.
Yeah, and I imagine at some point the steam.
Steam Hammer's going first.
Yeah,
Oh,
steam
yeah.
has gone first. It clears the way.
Yep.
Right. I'm I'm all set up here. He's leashed up and everything. And yeah, it seems slightly distracted by
Alright.
something, but he is hopped up on the cart, ready to go.
Yep. Alright. So, Arngrim activates the steam hammer, and it rumbles to life with divine power. The steam begins to speed up the entirety of the mechanisms. The wheels begin turning. And the crowd begins to see you off, and are walking behind this small procession of a cheering throng as you all begin to make your way out of Dune Hollow proper, bidding farewell to the friends and people you've met along the way while your time here, and out into the cold air.
No, it's too late. We've left town now.
No, too late for that.
Son of a bitch.
I wonder.
It's like the only mount that is purchasable in the player's handbook that can actually carry her.
Yeah.
Or just buy like 5 horses to draw a fucking chariot cart.
Just tie them together to like a raft.
Like a three-legged race.
Yeah, like a raft of horses. It just sits on.
I mean, back in the day, they did have like armored carriages for banking stuff in like the western areas of, you know, the West.
Yep.
USA, where they had like 6 horses in total, drawn a cart.
Anyway, so yeah, we leaving, we going, we doing that do.
We bouncing.
One day, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna have Sal make her own fucking tank. It's just gonna be like modified flamethrower turret in front.
Just a flavor tank.
Mentioned that.
Look, I have a thing for flamethrowers.
This baby's got upgrades. It's module. Why shoot flames when you can shoot hyper condensed steam? Hotter than fire.
But does it light shit on fire?
It doesn't need to. It boils people alive.
So,
Pixels big as
Okay,
hams.
zoom out. There we
yeah.
go.
Still
Oh,
loading the
hexes.
image for me. All pixels.
Look at all these hexes.
Look at all these pixels.
Texas. Down in Texas.
All my hexes live in Texas.
Now, so travelling along the road, you do notice a lot of your fellow travellers here in Dune Hollow, or the general area of the city, they are giving way completely, just awe and wonderment as they're seeing this strange giant metallic ram just rumble down the road.
In fairness, I don't think they have a choice.
Oh yeah. They
Hold by
the entire
a
road.
slightly less giant ram.
You have to stand aside.
yeah, and this thing is by no means quiet.
Ka-chunk.
It's a tank.
Yep.
The point of a tank is not to be quiet.
Yeah,
You need to let people know you're there so they can be terrified of you.
But man, what if there was a stealth tank? Like, fuck! It just suddenly appears over the horizon like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Is there anything
Fun
like
fact, I do believe they tried to invent that. Didn't go as planned.
If there's anything like Command and Conquer, then terrifying. Onwards to the great blue yonder.
Yeah.
One day I fear we're all gonna fucking make vehicles and it's just gonna be like, ah yes, this is turned from D&D campaign into fucking mech campaign.
Yeah, we
And
finally
Mad
go
Max.
for finally go for Hepzit, and then it's just Mad Max suddenly.
Mm-hmm. So, on this map, it's divided into hexes, which are 25 miles long each. And each, at a steady pace, 25 miles is about a day's worth of travel. So,
Does the thing still move 2 hexes a turn, or does it move?
its speed is
Okay.
its speed is 20 feet. So at a full pace, about 40 feet. Let's say, taking kind of full pace 40 feet. Kind of overclocking it a bit. You could move about 2 spaces per day.
Alright, that's what we had before. I was making sure it's still the same.
Yes.
What
Awesome.
the fuck? Why would I have that? That was weird. Sorry, ignore the random fucking line.
Yeah.
Suddenly line.
Yeah, I don't even know how I got to the drawing thing.
So,
I was just gonna say, yeah, because the ram. Yeah, you're only as fast as your slowest thing, so you'd be keeping pace with the ram or the cart, whichever's faster.
Yeah, it's kind of why I was thinking it was going
Or
to be
slower.
pulled by the tank, because then consistent speed. But guess we have a ram, so you could just leave it there.
He's a good boy. Alright, let's go.
all right. And Liska's just light jog along the side. Yeah.
Unless she can sit on top of the cart.
Yeah, I mean, there's space on top of the car. I don't know if it'd be enough space for her, though. Ooh, 'cause she could get on the ram.
No, she can't.
No.
Oh, no, too small.
Yeah.
They're the same size. You have to.
Oh, you have to
mount
have
to be
a
at least
bigger
one size larger.
creature.
That's what I
I've
was like,
got a
I get an
big
elephant.
fucking think.
You need a bigger thing under you to be able to ride it.
Anyway,
Get on the tank.
cart. Didn't the cart have? Wait, no, that's something else.
Are we gonna
Oh.
literally have to make a fucking
Either on the
own
thing.
chariot.
Or I'm pretty sure the
its
cart
own
can hold
separate
us.
little wagon thing to carry by the fucking
No,
just have
No.
Liska sit there.
This isn't turning into a train.
Argrim's got a
Like
big
bucket.
think.
Oh.
Oh god.
Along the ways, as you see in her walk, he's like, what if she had her own cart that she could stand on? Then we could. And if anyone is riding on top of it, or is hanging out inside the tank with him, they see him driving with one hand and sketching with the other. You might notice the steam tank veer a little side to side.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, don't text and drive.
The sow is likely on
Don't
top,
sketch
just
and drive.
getting a good view of everything.
I was also gonna say, like, there's no reason she wouldn't fit on top of the cart. It's not a closed cart, isn't it?
It's got like little seating area. Fallon's up there driving. I don't know if like
It's like a carriage. I recall last time.
like a bigger carriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
for one
it's
person
sort
to
of
live in, and there's a seat on top for driving.
yeah.
The issue was it couldn't fit her last time when we were going out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It couldn't fit her last time,
could
and
it
Fallon's
not?
up there as well, so that'd be less space.
Wait,
That's
did we
what I
bring-
recall.
Did we bring the cart to the dragon?
We left
We
it on
did.
the road when we went to go to the dragon.
We brought it kind of close. and
Use it
then we
as
walked.
transportation.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we took it as far as the road could take us, and then we just cut along the tundra.
Alright.
Oh, sorry.
So what's Arngrim thinking?
I'm gonna make her fucking chariot and Bastion can pull it. You don't have to ride the mount, the mount just pulls it. It's easier.
My God, it's genius.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna make a sidecar. It'd be hilarious, but this is better.
It's a sidecar, but it's individual and it's pulled by a battle ram.
That's just called a cart. That's just called
This
a
is why I brought. Yeah.
It's a side cart, but not to the side and not a cart.
So-
It's its own thing. It's nothing like what I just said.
And I imagine
So-
this is going to take him some time to work on, though. Yeah.
About. We're gonna be looking probably 2 days.
Okay. Then. Which is simple enough to do with the way your travel pace here.
We'll stop for lunch, and then you can do some more.
Yeah. However, as the days go
You
by,
want a side of cannon with your chariot?
fuck's sake.
No.
But as the days go by, the temperature is gradually dropping as you enter the Yorfall. And I need those who do not have travel coats, warm winter coats, or cold resistance. I would like you all to make Constitution saving throws.
While I check this, as it's getting noticeably colder, Valen's going to remember how things were, and he's going to speak up. Anyone who can't handle the cold, they could probably get in the wagon or a bit more snugly in Angrim's tank. It'll help. He's going to be looking at a bit. Well, I don't know if Sal should be fine. I don't know. She got extra layers. She's got a lot of padding. All right, so I don't think I do have warm weather clothes from last time. Fantastic.
There you go.
Hooray for bookkeeping.
Well, that's cold weather clothes that we need, not warm weather clothes.
Sorry, yeah.
I meant warm weather clothes. I don't know why they're written as warm weather
Warm,
clothes.
weather clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant that in that context. not-
Clothes for cold weather.
It's like, hey guys, I have some board shorts.
I was gonna-
It's like this
saying
is
that,
perfect.
I don't know how that's the case. Why would I buy clothes for warm weather in Dune Hollow?
Yeah, well, you have like a coat appropriate for this dropping temperature.
Yes,
I feel like you did a brain fart.
I really did when I
Yes.
wrote.
Okay, so let's see. Liska, you don't need to make a roll. Arngrim is in the tank. Is in the steam tank, which is already emitting quite a lot of heat. Because
It's toasty in here.
it's very toasty within the tank. Grunker, I imagine, is also in the tank.
Also, he switched to the cloak of cold resist.
That too. Let's see, Saoyun, you've got your coat already. Liska, no, we've already done Liska. Sable, you've got your cloak. Yeah, everyone, no one needs to make Constitution saving throws.
Right.
Get fucked.
There you
The
go.
thrill of being prepared.
Exactly.
We don't want to deal with it like last time.
That bullshit.
And none of you, should you have failed, none of you would have also suffered a point of exhaustion from that. So, the steam hammer trundles across the Yorfall without much of an issue. And eventually, you do come to the crossroads of... you see, rather... looks like a number of patrols outside of Cliffspire. Or at least the crossroads that veers off towards the northwest. You can see a few Iron Guard, as well as a number of other figures. Individuals dressed in like these sort of black-clad leathers, with strangely enough, a familiar sort of golden symbol on the front lapel. This is the same symbol that you see on the side of your cart, Vellum.
Brain fart.
Oh no. Oh no.
Am I stupid? I'm completely not comprehending what you just said. For some reason. I think I'm having an injury.
It's the spread palm with the spread pinky finger.
Oh right, yes, that one. Sorry.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a color. Getting.
Yeah, and they seem to have those symbols on their lapels. A number of these figures, about 3 of them, alongside a number of Iron Guard patrols.
That's why I said, oh no.
Concern. Well, we need to draw attention to that. They're doing their thing. We're doing our thing.
All right.
At least that's Vellum's thinking.
So you go just drive past Cliffspire.
Do we want to keep? I mean, we don't really have a need to stop there at all.
Do we
your
want
choice.
to check in on, the people there?
It's your choice.
I mean, didn't we see one of them at the council meeting? I think that we. Anyone else got any voices in this? Because I don't think we need to stop, so we can just keep trucking along.
I mean,
No care.
it would be
I mean,
by more mystery
you could
potion.
stop in there if you want to get your pay.
I could also stop.
That's
and see-
true.
Yeah.
'Cause
Actually,
you are
I would
sitting
like
at
to do that.
$2,000 that you could get.
Yeah, I think I would like to stop by to get paid. Thank you very much. Because me spending money here is like, that's still,
Yeah,
Well, we could stop for like a day at worst.
potentially.
Do
Okay,
what we
then.
need to, and then snoodle.
As you make your
Quick
way,
stop.
all right. As you make your way through, you're turning towards the northwest, towards Cliffspire.
I remember the days when we fucking sucked. It felt so long ago that we were here. Because it was.
and now we actually have lots and lots of gold to use.
Yeah, we don't have to stay at the Wanky Weasel.
That
Wonky
was the
weasel.
wonky weasel.
No, it wasn't.
Also, the fucking weird ass little kobold thing, the mind deranged lot. Didn't he have like all kinds of manner of items? Just
I don't think it was a kobold, I think it was just a crazy old man.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a random object store.
for some reason in my mind it was like kobold.
I mean, you do associate being a pack rat and having random shit with the kobold.
No, it was a
I
halfling.
wonder why.
Halfling, that's the thing.
What kobold has a lot of shit? That's weird.
Ah, yes, the lofty
The
lapine and the
kobold
white.
was the bug-eye one that was actually the spine devil.
That's a different.
That's where the confusion was.
So, as the steam hammer, not large enough to traverse the bridge across to Cliffspire, sadly.
It's not large enough, or it's too large.
It's sorry,
It's not small enough.
too large rather. It's a 10-foot wide bridge over towards Cliffspire.
Alright, so yeah, it cannot pass.
Just hit a button on a little slate.
You shall not pass.
More or less.
Alright, so I imagine Arngrim sort of locks this down for the meantime, unless he wishes to join the rest of the party to Cliffspire.
I fucking doubt somebody's gonna try and steal that.
Yeah,
And if they're gonna try and steal that, holy fucking shit, good luck.
yeah.
Just get like a fucking wheelbar and.
Yeah,
So-
just in case.
Does
I mean, they may not be able to steal it, but if they try, they'll probably blow it up. So
Yeah.
gotta get safe.
does Arngrim wish to accompany the rest of the party over to Cliffspire?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Stop in, stock up on any supplies. How long
Oh,
does it take to get
supplies.
here?
It took. Let's see. I have my notes. It would have taken about 12 days.
Okay, so we haven't gone through much.
So as you make your way over to Cliffspire, it's probably one of the first times that Arngrim's been here. The unfamiliar kind of spire-like roofs of the many of the residents here kind of loom over the horizon, and you venture your way through towards the Spired Cliffs. It's the more wealthy area of town.
Ah, yes.
And it definitely seems that in recent months, since the High King's new edicts, Cliffspire has become the central hub city of activity for this Black Hand mercenary company. Many of the Cliffspire Guard are now supplemented with small groups of Black Hand mercenaries. Small organised patrols of these hired mercenaries now watch the streets.
Got
Indeed.
themselves a foot.
Yeah. The town's citizenry seems pleased with the newfound order and safety that they seem to instill. Town streets are adorned with flyers and posters that advertise the Black Hand. Many of them display Balthazar clad in golden armour, and slogans beneath his depiction ask passers-by to honour his memory by enlisting in the company's ranks. Seems many of the local populace are all too eager to do so.
You're a crafty man, Balth. I gotta give you that.
I've had almost half a year of propaganda.
No, I mean the using your own death to
Oh yeah, no.
inspire recruiting.
Oh yeah, all goes as planned.
I mean, make a martyr of a man and he'll turn to people.
Yep.
That's
helps
maybe a
that-
little bit perturbed, sort of like with how drastically different some things are in the town. I'm gonna part this up and see about getting us a room for the night. Sal, you want to head off and do whatever you need to do?
Yeah, I'll have a look around town. There is a shop I would like to check out. You know, crazy halfling one.
Oh right, yeah, that one. Fuck. It's so long since we've been here. Maybe don't grab the potions this time, or do. I don't know.
Yeah, Nindorf's. The name was sort of like, I thought Nimrod, but like
Lindorf, yeah.
It's
Right,
Lindorf.
yeah. If any of you need anything, I'm gonna be over at the Lofty Alpina. That place seemed alright last time. That is
Liska's just looking around. By the way, how is Liska received in Cliffspire?
Oh, good point.
A lot of strange looks. She's
a mountain of a lady.
yeah. Well, I mean, mountain folk here aren't exactly common. You probably might only see like one or two in a population of this type of city here in this far north of Mayland.
And then you have the size she is.
Yeah, you're like
Clap
10 foot
more
bridge.
steel
Just like,
than
okay,
two
so
men.
Liska fills that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be me, be guard, have to stop this lady.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, Liska just attracts attention where curiosity wherever she goes, and sort of a mixture of fright and wonderment.
Okay. Yeah, just curious, because Liska's like, I think Liska might have steered clear of Cliffspire when she was doing. I think she probably, if anything, took. Let me see if I can pull up the map. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I feel like she probably went by boat or went somewhere else to get to Dune Hollow. Like maybe she took her way, went to. Yeah, I feel like she probably just skipped Cliffspire, so she's never been here. So she's just kind of like looking around. She's used to the looks. It's been a while since that's happened because she was very well known in Dune Hollow. She's been there for about a decade, so people were like, "Oh, that's that one mountain folk. Cool."
Yeah.
But so she's just like, "Oh yeah, this is a thing. Forgot about this." Okay, and then and so yeah, she's just ignoring the looks, giving nods to guardsmen who might be following her for safety reasons. Racial profiling, it's the thing. But
I think racial profiling might have something to do with it, or the fact that you're clad in more steel and armor than 3 people can be fitted.
yeah, that's true. And she has a giant fucking sword and a giant fucking hammer.
And a shield.
Yep. she's a walking army.
Yeah.
So Liska's going to give just a kind of wander around the street, and then she's going to she's going to do something later, but let's let everyone else have their fun.
Yeah. Okay. So briefly, what would everyone like to do here?
I'm gonna say time.
Yeah. Okay.
However, I do want to go to Nindor's next session.
All right. So
We can have a week and figure out.
Just so you
what
can
we're gonna
prepare, all the weird whack shit.
yeah. So everyone, just think about what you want to do here before next session, and for
Also
now,
get paid.
and get paid. Yes.
Cash
And-
money.
For that, we will leave it there.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
Very productive session. Many things were gained. Including an entire 5 AC boost for sound.
Yeah, that was a big
I didn't
gain.
realize it was so
Yeah.
low. It's 13 before the fucking
I
armor.
was wearing basic bitch leathers, not
Yeah.
even studded.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was just like, God, I can't. Because before we went underground, I was like, okay, cool, we're in a city. I can get materials. I can make people armor and shit. And Sal was first on the list because, goddamn, she's in leathers. And then we went underground.
Yeah, my armor was just slightly better than, fucking Asha's at the time.
Which isn't saying much in fairness.
Which
10 AC.
Yeah.
Which is not saying much at all,
He had
considering
10.
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
fucking things we fought had like a +3 at minimum.
Yeah, the dude was
Yeah,
left in like.
I got rid of that
the-
shit in like session 3, and you've kept it until now. Like,
Look,
goddamn.
fam.
No,
I'm the
you're
ranged
DC
guy.
you're heavy
I'm
DC,
not
that
the
makes
one
sense.
who's supposed to
Yeah.
have like big dick armor.
Hmm.
Not like
You-
fucking Liska over here with her almost 30.
You're like you're dex based anyway, so leather is good, not great, but since you have a
My
high
dex is a +2.
Oh right, well, oh well.
That's the max you get for medium armor, so that works.
I would still like to buff it up a little more, but since you can only do stat increase by ASI or special items, which are fucking far and few between, limited.
What's your dex? What's
Currently, it is at a 14.
whole 2 points? Oh, do you want to stop recording, Jenner? Because I feel like we're gonna get into one.
Sure. Let me stop recording. 3, 2, 1.